listeners, and thanks for joining us again. This week, our friend Sam stops by to teach us how to melt a woman's heart rather than have her spit in your face. Enjoy the show.
Whatever, guys, whatever.
Well, you got to have some kind of official starting bell, right? Like a gunshot or something.
I wish we did.
We should get a gun.
How many times would we, hear the gun and then not actually start?
That's true.
Is this the pot? Does anyone mind if I load a bowl?
No, here, use mine, man. I know you're unemployed and all.
It doesn't matter. I just bought it.
No, hold on. I will never go through the amount of...
Oh, those days. I remember
Speaking of
those
which,
days.
Sam, big pothead. Don't worry, we're not recording yet. But if it does come up, should we use a code word if we're talking about you and that?
Oh,
Salmon?
I noticed someone on Twitter told us not to use salmon.
Oh, did you hear their suggestion?
No.
It was, I said, we're open to suggestions. When she said we should change our code word for pot.
To what?
That's what I asked, and then she wrote back and said something. We used to tell the kids that we were paying bills, so maybe we should call it paying bills.
That sounds like too much.
Yeah.
Because to say smoked salmon, works.
I
Change
know,
it to heroin.
Say,
but if we were to use paying bills,
we had to find
People-
a guy who would sell us some bills so we could pay them.
I'm not known for paying the bills, though. So when I'm saying that, it obviously means something other than paying the bills.
What's written on the side of your cigarette?
Turkish silver.
Yeah.
When
I
I go
smoked those for a while.
really,
Yeah.
I did too when I was dating storytelling.
Yeah, they seem like a young, immature cigarette to smoke.
Yeah, a young, immature lesbian cigarette. You're right.
Are they menthol?
No, it's just like some kind of fancy Camel Light. I think I don't really understand it, but
They're lighter than a light. I remember I used to smoke Marlboro and Camel ultralights, and those just did
Ultralight?
nothing for me.
Yeah, it's like smoking air.
Yeah.
It's like sucking on a tube.
Although they do still warn you, warning, this is still highly dangerous for your health.
this guy over here, Sam, smokes filters.
Well,
don't-
if
you
I'm
don't
going to
fuck around with
smoke, I might
lights.
as well fucking smoke.
I
You
guess.
go non-filtered.
Doesn't it hurt when you smoke a filter?
Yeah, it hurts like shit. But,
It doesn't
I'm
hurt
quitting,
when I
so...
Yeah, we're all quitting.
I could see one when I'm drunk, I will take the hardest. That's why I started smoking, was to I don't know, try to impress people or something
Be
like that.
badass.
I don't know. Yeah, at a party. I remember once, one of the first time I smoked, someone dared me at the Outback when we could still smoke there after work. I didn't smoke at all, but to take 2 cigarettes and smoke them at the same time, and I did it, and I was so ill afterwards. But,
Yeah.
And then once we started hanging out in the hot tub at that house we lived in, I didn't smoke till after I got married. My wife hates that.
Yeah.
We'd be out in the hot tub so often that I would just smoke because all my friends.
Oh,
did.
dude, I get nauseous if I smoke in a hot tub, especially if I've been drinking, which
But-
I usually have been.
But how great is it when you know someone who doesn't smoke and you get them to smoke? It's awesome when you're
Yeah.
all drunk and stuff. At least back then.
Yeah.
No, still today.
Still.
In fact, Kelly, who's been on the show, episodes
Oh, you got her to
22
smoke?
and 22.
I
Every
remember
time.
seeing her smoke a cigarette.
No,
once.
she does it all the time. She never smokes except for when she's drunk and she's around me, and then I'm like, we should go outside. And then
Weird.
it's a big deal that I'm.
Oh, that's right.
It's kind of sleazy though,
That
right?
happened the last time I hung out
What
with
is-
you guys.
What is the draw for me? Just
To make
see
you
my
feel
friend.
less of a loser?
I guess, except for there are other smokers
It's
outside. I like her to
exciting.
come out and join the party.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
I would
And
love
she
for
lo-
my wife to smoke a cigarette, although I'm glad she never has, and I would fucking hate it if she smoked. If she were to smoke a cigarette one day with me, that would be the greatest day ever. And I've tried so hard when she was drunk.
Let's say only if she was really, really, really drunk could you convince her to smoke a cigarette, which isn't often. So, if she were to smoke twice a year, would that be enough for you?
No, I'm just talking about once ever. I mean,
Once.
she hasn't done it
What
in
would
her
the
entire
appeal
life.
be, though?
I don't know. It'd just be cool in the moment.
It's
Sure.
because she judges.
And then-
she judges you so much.
Yeah,
now
maybe
for
I
it.
could
Yeah,
have
it's like
something over
exposing
her.
somebody else's weakness, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Your wife's got some weaknesses. If we want to talk about that.
What are
Weak
they?
chin.
Weak chin
Actually, I've got a list, guys. Hold on.
of his wife's weaknesses.
It started out as a pros and cons list, but it was only cons. So now I call it weaknesses.
Hey, did you guys ever see that episode of Friends? You know what I'm saying? Oh, no. Actually, that reminded me. the smoke stick. When I was in Portland, a guy.
Smoke stick?
Yeah, I'm already confused.
It's like.
The nicotine inhaler deal?
No, it's not
oh,
like
I've seen those at
it's-
every truck stop.
It's not like no, it's not those. It's not the commercial where the guy is smoking like a Nicorette nicotine inhaler. I mean, it looks like a cigarette. It's like a one hitter. It's like a ceramic cigarette, and you put a little capsule in there, and it fills your lungs, and you blow out smoke. But it's not really. They have nicotine.
I know
ones.
exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Electric cigarettes.
You can smoke those in the store.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Supposedly, although people are going to be
the
pissed.
salesman at the mall
Wait,
was
so
doing
what's
it.
the draw? Like, is it a...
They
is
were
it
selling these at the mall.
Well,
Is it to, like, get you to stop smoking, or is it...
yeah.
But you're
it's
still
a
fucking smoking, though.
but okay. Only some of it is nicotine. You put like water in there, like
Only
weird
some
kind
of it is
herbal water and
nicotine
stuff.
anyways. And there's, like, rat poison and shit.
I know, but there's none of that. Like, imagine if it was 100% something healthy, but you're still like filling your lungs.
I don't know. Smoking
I don't feel
water
like
is probably not all that great either.
I don't know, man.
Okay, I'm just confused.
There's so many words on the box. Like, it really goes
Electric
into it.
cigarette.
It really goes.
No,
into
but
it.
it's basically the same idea as those little weird inhaler things, right?
Yeah. What I'm saying.
Because I tried that when I tried to quit smoking the one time. Somebody at work is like, "Oh, this worked for me," and she actually bought it for me, and it was like those weird inhalers with the capsules.
the one that looks like like the smoking stick,
They
or
look
like
like-
the ones that look like a little kazoo.
It looks like a little gel cap / horse.
It looks nothing like
Pill.
a cigarette. Oh, it's a pill?
Slash horse.
No. It just it's inserted into an inhaler,
Oh, okay.
and then
But
so
what does the
it's-
inhaler look like?
Oh, I don't remember.
Okay.
They show it on the Royal Tenenbaums. I think it looks like a cigarette, only fat.
They show that in the Royal Tenenbaums.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gwyneth Paltrow's character smokes one at the end. Or smokes one. Sucks on one at the
Yeah,
end.
it's the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
You said because we were talking about quitting smoking.
Oh, if you smoke like I smoke, then you're high like every day. By the way. Sorry. What were you saying?
I don't even get
That was too good, Sam. He's already like doing music. He's quoting music. You don't know that?
No,
That's
not
from
at all.
regulators, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mount up.
Man up. Smoke like I smoke, then you high like every day. Something like that.
Yeah. No, that's exactly it.
iTunes is not working.
Right.
And if Sam, you're a listener of the show, you know P. doesn't like music
Oh, that's right.
unless
Although
it's really
Rent
gay
is-
and flamboyant.
Well, you like musicals.
Although Rent.
Rent is at the Paramount, and it has like the two main original cast members in it.
Yeah, including that guy from
I
Road Trip,
fucking
right?
saw Rent in New York. That shit
What guy
sucked.
from Road Trip?
Anthony.
Michael Hall.
No.
He wasn't in
Hopkins?
Road Trip.
Yes, he was. Not Michael Hall.
Oh, who?
The guy. He's also in Dazed and Confused.
Anthony Rapp.
Yes, that's who I was
He was
trying
in.
to say.
Oh yeah, he was in. Yeah,
Wait,
he's
who-
like the greatest part of Rent, the
Okay.
movie Rent. He was the original.
Who did he play in?
Does he have AIDS in Rent?
He
Or
played.
is that the other guy?
He played Tony in. Was it Tony or was it Tony's friend?
Why
Like,
are you asking me?
like the long blonde-haired guy. I'm talking about in Dazed and Confused.
The main kid?
No, like
Long
long
blonde
blonde hair,
Remember the
sensitive
real Jew
guy.
played by Adam Goldberg? I Just Want to Dance. It was his friend. They were the two geeks.
The one that
Oh,
was
right,
like
right,
making
right,
out
right,
with
right,
a
right,
12-year-old.
Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, gross.
That's him. I heard
She was pretty hot though.
he had like a like a pop rock album in like the year 2000.
Before Rent came out?
No, this was after Rent. He started Rent like in 1995. Now he's back in Seattle.
That's just been going since 1995?
Yeah, about there,
Only
yeah.
since 1995?
Only.
I
I didn't say only.
Here's how little I know about musicals, though. Rent is right up there with Grease and Hair and everything else I didn't care about in the 70s.
about
No,
Cats?
Rent has
Oh,
been
it's
out.
contemporary, right?
Rent
Yeah.
has been out since 95.
Okay.
Not the 70s. Those other ones are like way older.
Yeah.
Way older.
Yeah.
What else came in 95? I don't know musical theater at all. Probably around the time Sweeney Todd came out. I have no idea.
95?
No, probably not. I think Angela Lansbury used to be in Sweeney Todd.
I don't know why you bring up Rent so much if you don't know anything else about any other
I don't.
musicals.
I really don't even like Rent anymore. But I did notice that's going to be in Seattle
Yeah,
with
I
the
see it.
original cast members. Caleb's going.
I saw it on the side of the bus today.
You know what? Actually, our Aunt Lori had tickets to it, but since we're going camping for your birthday, she gave them to Caleb so she could watch our daughter.
Wow.
Wow.
I hope camping is worth it.
Wait, is she coming camping?
No. She's watching PJ's daughter while he
right.
comes camping.
That thing that he just said.
Yes.
That's right. Sorry.
Can you imagine your daughter camping though? That'd be a mess.
Oh my god, that would be so awful right
Oh,
now.
she'll puke in my spaghetti.
Spaghetti camping. That's what it's gonna be like. It's like there's a stove and a kitchen and everything.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
camping.
We're gonna
to be
have
sure.
fucking spaghetti.
Maybe
Well,
we should.
we're gonna go out hiking though, right?
We should go back and explain a little bit. My birthday's coming
God,
up.
I hope my wife's not a bitch while we're there. She gets mad at least one thing I say per podcast.
Yeah,
but God, I hope she's not moody.
Yeah, she's the one crapshoot. Like it could really go either way with Elvina. Yeah, my birthday's coming up. Well, it's actually coming up on Wednesday.
Happy birthday, Nick.
Thank you.
Yeah, not the day of this episode.
My birthday's on June 17th. Anybody that wants to shoot me an email?
Are you stepping on an entire pack of cigarettes, or is it empty?
No, that's pretty full.
You probably shouldn't step on it.
Good eye, Sam. Good
Worst,
eye.
it's like half full, so they're really crushable.
Is this more important than my birthday?
No,
That's the real
no.
question.
I have no present for you.
That's fine. You already warned me of that. Are you that broke? You have a daughter. I'm concerned.
I'm
for
pretty.
you.
As right now, I don't have enough for a bus ticket home. And I swore I wouldn't go into savings. What am I going to do? I don't have enough.
So you're,
Gotta get a bus home.
Yeah,
or you don't. You can live at my house.
I'll just take it out of savings. I'll replace it. I'll pick up a shift.
Oh, you could start selling bills to
We're going to start
people who want to pay them back.
I can start paying my bills
doesn't
on
work
the
at all.
side.
Okay. We were trying to think of a code word for pot earlier, and we couldn't think of anything. No, start again.
What do you mean we couldn't think of anything?
That
You just
sounds
said you
pretty
wanted to
accurate.
change it from salmon to bills.
No, we didn't want to change it from
Oh,
salmon.
yeah,
Salmon's fine.
Chick did.
Salmon's what it is.
I'm sorry, guys. I went off the tracks there because I was going to explain that thing, but then.
What about your birthday? Sorry, I don't really
Don't worry, all this will be cut out. Oh, we should have told you that too.
Oh, yeah.
Don't worry about any of this.
Right, okay.
Plus, Sam, like, you don't segue. Like, you're not the host of the show.
I love it when PD puts on his asshole producer
I'm
cap.
saying, like, we'll kind of steer it.
Oh, by the
as
way,
long as we're talking
we'll
about,
put
like,
the fuck
behind the
out.
scene things. Like, don't feel the need to start a conversation. We've done.
Hey, guys, you comfy? Say, what do you think about
Hey, did you want to talk about the bus ride over? I took a bus ride the other day.
Yeah, that stuff on my cat thing is fucking ridiculous.
Have you seen Bonsai Kitten? No, it's great. It's this totally fake website, but there's no indication that it's fake at all.
Are these the ones where it's always like, fuck that and stuff like that?
What?
You know what I'm talking about? Like, there's a picture of
LOL
a cat.
cats. LOL cats.
Oh,
No,
That's
no,
what
no,
that's
no.
called.
This is where like it shows you in a step-by-step process how to sedate and make your cat malleable enough to stuff him into a shaped glass jar.
Oh,
So they'll
okay.
be like,
I've definitely seen that
Okay.
before, yeah. Don't they just grow them in there from birth, though? They put them in when they're really tiny and let them grow
well,
in
they're
there?
really tiny, but they're not like fetal or anything. You know?
Oh. But that's what happens. They grow into the jar.
Yeah, yeah. As they
Do you
grow,
ever
they-
get it out? Like, I don't know the answer to that. How do you get it out? You kill
No,
it?
you don't get it out.
Oh, so you kill it. So it's cruelty to animal.
But it's fake though.
Oh, is it fake?
Oh, it's totally fake.
Wait a minute. Are you telling me nobody's ever done that?
No, nobody would ever fucking grow a kitten in it. I sure as hell hope not. Anyway.
But okay, but so surely there has been someone that's grown a cat inside a jar, right?
No fucking way.
Especially after this website. Yeah, there's sick people. There's people who
Okay.
fuck on top of a bear.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. Maybe it's a. Oh god.
I
What
think
if
it's
they
a
did it at
real
the same
thing.
time?
I don't think it's a fake website.
I don't think it's a real thing at all.
Why would they teach you how to do it and go, oh, don't worry, guys, we're just faking?
Because it's obviously photoshopped and it's fucking hilarious.
Well, they might be fakers, but if they're giving you information on how to do it.
Yeah, but if you came across,
Not that I care. Like, I don't care, but I'm just saying somebody's done it.
I'm sure somebody's done it, but
When you come across something that, like recently, when I still had a job, on my downtime, I was looking up ghost, like supposedly actual capturings of ghosts in photographs that were posted online. I watched 3 Men and a Baby. It got me thinking about it.
Oh right.
What was the
Yeah.
explanation on that? Cardboard cutout?
Cardboard cutout of
Yeah.
Ted Danson in a tuxedo. But it does look
that's
like a
Ted
creepy
Danson?
kid. Huh?
That's Ted Danson.
If you pause it, can you see Ted Danson in a tuxedo?
Yes.
Oh,
They've
okay.
enhanced it online.
He's
Oh.
dancing the night away.
Interesting. I don't know the music references.
No, he's just
it was
making a
just
bad
pun on
pun.
Ted
Oh
Danson.
my god.
You don't know bad puns, PJ?
Can you see Ted
Scott
Danson?
Patrick.
Do you know Big Pun?
Big
You probably don't. You don't know music.
No, Big Pun. Is that a place?
I said music.
No, I meant
that
a
a
band.
place?
I swear I meant a band. I thought you were making something about like Big Pun. You were trying to get me to say Little China or something like that. I got so lost.
Big pun in
I really thought it was
China.
a setup for a
Classic
fucking.
movie from the
Hey guys, Lakers won. They won in 5. I was at a bar watching when they won.
Lakers is basketball, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
there was like 5 people who just left right after.
Who were they playing against?
I don't know.
Not the
Oh, the Orlando
Oh.
Magic with the autistic girl.
Didn't you post a Twitter about the Orlando Magic?
Yeah,
What is with you and sports jokes, dude?
I
Don't
felt
get it. I
No.
don't get it. I don't like it.
the joke wasn't about sports at all. It was
Yes, it
that,
was.
No,
Orlando
Are you
Magic
into
was.
basketball, Nick? Or-
No.
Nick, sorry.
no, I'm not into anything
enough
on
of that,
ESPN
Sam.
I'm
except
sorry.
I am Nick. He's PJ. We're
I
friends.
know, I
You're
know
not
that.
friends with that guy.
God damn it!
No, it's just that I watch Inside Edition, and they've got the Orlando Magic had some girl that would sing the national anthem before their games, and they won like 6 in a row, and she was like their lucky charm or whatever.
Oh, so she doesn't play on the team?
No,
Oh,
no, I do know that that's not even allowed.
the autistic or women?
She was an autistic girl, like 6 years old, and she would jack up the words so much it was ridiculous. She was their lucky charm. So I posted a tweet that said, if she was so lucky, why did her parents have an autistic daughter? I felt
Probably
bad about it
fucking on top of a
immediately.
dead bear when they conceived her.
And then they lost. They lost in 5. I know that much.
Is our little sister autistic? Because if so, then we could just say, "Hey, my sister's autistic."
I'm not a doctor.
You're not a doctor.
I think we could say it since she's undiagnosed. We could use any excuse like that.
Yeah, it's not our fault she hasn't been to the doctor.
If someone's like, "Oh, talking about a dead baby," we could say like, "I had a brother that died when he was a baby."
That's true. Did you know that,
It's
Sam?
true.
Really?
We had a brother that died when he was a baby.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, that's not funny.
No,
No,
not
it's
at
not.
all.
Jesus
I don't know why
Christ,
you
put me
laughed
on
at
the
all.
Sometimes I think about him. This happened like 7 years and a full husband before we ever came along. But I have used it as a thing.
As a thing? What do you mean? As a
Like trying to get out of work. Like this is the
Oh.
anniversary. My big brother died. Ronnie Jr.
Really? You said that to get out of work?
I don't know. That's exaggerated, but I've definitely used it to make people feel guilty before.
Yeah. Have you never done that, Sam? Have you never, like, to get out of work, have you said something horrible? Like,
Never
have
to
you
get out of
made up
work.
a death of a family member?
No. I've
It should be said that that's not necessary to get out of work.
I used to think
No.
it
Nick
was.
is into telling really elaborate lies.
Hey, guess what? I don't have a job anymore.
No, I think the closest thing I've ever come to doing that is saying like, no, not even. I've only used I'm sick as an excuse to get out of work.
Yeah.
And I was, but because I was hungover.
Oh, okay. Well, that still works. Like, I think I have to, like, build and, like, give more details that are necessary.
No,
And,
dude,
like,
that's
put
when
somebody
you
in a
get
full
caught.
body cast.
That's
in the
like something
scenario.
you nervously do when you're pulled over by a cop.
Right,
I
right.
understand it then. As much as you shouldn't do it because they've heard it all
Well,
a
because
million
you think
times
the
before.
details will make it seem more
Yeah.
realistic.
But like everyone thinks that, so they hear
Yeah.
it all day long.
yeah,
But
exactly.
just to get out of work, like basically, I mean, I'll get.
Yeah, I run out of dead grandparents after a little while.
If
If they were counting, I would have been fired
I've
long before I
exaggerated to
was.
the point where when I had that telemarketing job for a few weeks, I did not want to go in one day, and I said like I had a 103-degree temperature, and the guy's like, "Oh, go to the hospital," and I hung up, and I was like, "He knows that was a lie. It was such an obvious lie. I've been there like 2 weeks."
I have 103-degree temperature.
I am reading off of a
so
piece of paper.
I fucking hate calling into work.
Dude, it sucks. I've only done it like once though.
Really?
Yeah.
You are so awesome, Sam.
Fuck you, Nick. I'm not saying that to brag.
No, I know you're not. You are so respectable, Sam.
Get the fuck out of my
Is that not true? You're responsible to say the least,
Yeah.
right?
I was shitting on you before, but you honestly you strike me as a responsible guy.
I try to be.
Yeah. You found this apartment, like, you were only looking for an apartment for 2 days, and you found somewhere great in the middle of
yeah.
Belltown,
Yeah.
you know?
What was
Like,
the
you make
first thing
things
I came
happen.
across?
You're not a procrastinator, I guess.
No. That I certainly am not.
Oh, I wish I could say that.
Yeah, ambition is something else.
Yeah, it's
No,
foreign.
ambition
It's foreign to
would,
us.
Factor into that.
And you
as
have
well.
goals. You're an artist, right?
Yeah, tell us a little bit about your art.
Have you ever gone to any sort of art school, art institute?
I went to a school where I did art. It
Yeah.
was
Elementary school? I remember that.
Elementary school.
One time I took the glitter and glue in art class. Mrs. What was her name? Mrs. Sparks. Yeah.
Mrs. Sparks.
So fat and disgusting.
Literally the closest representation to Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah.
That wasn't a puppet.
That is not even a joke. My
Landmark
arch
shit.
enemy in that class name was Michael Myshak, and I spelled his name out in glue and glitter, and she just immediately knew it was me because why would he write his own name in glitter, like all over this desk? Oh.
Any questions about whether you were gay or not?
Didn't you get
Totally
suspended
went
for
out the
that?
door.
That was actually a completely different glitter incident where a kid, I
There are
shit you
more?
not, spilled a bunch of glitter, like just dumped it on me, and then I got into an argument with Mrs. Sparks because she said that I dumped it in my lap. I can't remember if this was pre or after the Michael Myshak incident. Like, I feel like I did that afterwards, like kind of to revenge her, and I didn't care so much anymore. Or Dad didn't care so much anymore. But this time, like, she called him. I think I got, like, suspended from her class, meaning I had to go to the office.
You got suspended from art class?
From her class for, like, the rest of the day.
Ironically, Mrs. Sparks' favorite movie of all time? Glitter.
But Dad
And mine too.
Dad yelled at me,
Obviously.
and like I went into the bathroom, and like I was like hitting the wall in the bathroom, and I was cursing Dad out, and he came
Did you have
barging
glitter
in
on
there.
your hands?
No, not anymore.
Glitter and blood.
He was really mad when he found glitter on my cock. But he came in and he like gets so close to my face and he's screaming at me. And he drooled accidentally once during it, I remember.
Dad did?
Yeah, and I remember that earlier in the day, like he always thought I was like such a rebel at that point, and I was like, I talked about having a whole grip of candy. Like I got a whole grip of candy.
You said grip of candy.
Like I had a whole grip of candy.
Did you never
And
say that? I remember when that was a word.
That's a
I
grip.
could never figure out how
That's
to
a
use
grip
it
of
in
mine.
natural context.
It doesn't even have to be a grip of anything. Just a grip means a whole bunch. Yeah.
Like my head hurts a grip right now.
Yes, exactly.
But I said it and it
Perfect.
infuriated Dad, and he yelled at me about it. This was like a day later, at least, in the bathroom when he was yelling at me and drooling on me. And he said, "Can you get a grip on that?" And I said, "Dad, you're using it wrong." It's like the one time it didn't apply. Can you get a grip on that?
When you mentioned Dad drooling, I loved catching Dad in a vulnerable position.
Terry Hatcher nude.
What the fuck?
That's one of them, which we've mentioned on a show before. But when we first got the internet in the mid '90s at our house,
Yeah.
we caught my dad looking up Terry Hatcher nude on the internet.
He was searching for something, and that was like his previous search.
Wasn't
Terry
even-
Hatcher?
Terry Hatcher of Lois and Clark fame.
Yeah, yeah.
In fact, was that the one where she had Superman cape draped around her?
She was in a movie before Lois and Clark ever came out.
Heaven's
with
Gate?
Alec Baldwin, and she was naked in that. I think that's what he was looking
Yeah.
for.
So when you said that, I thought that was like a state of nudity, like, you know,
Terry
shirt
Hatcher
but
nude.
no pants or something like
Cape
that.
wrapped around.
Oh shit! Don't go in there. He's Terry Hatcher.
I think Dad saw those pictures of the cape wrapped around her on Entertainment Tonight or something and got really horny. And
Oh, I can see.
it was nice to find out that, like, this is when the internet first came along and celebrities, you know, you didn't know if they had ever been naked before because you never had the internet before. And
Right.
if you didn't happen to see that movie, then you didn't know.
Right.
So, like, you could look it up, like nakedcelebs.com. I remember
See their
that one.
photoshopped heads on top of.
Don't tell me
Yeah,
Yes.
a lot of them were fakes. But they'd take screen caps from movies. God, I would jerk off so much to it.
Jerk.
That did kind of bring me to something I had written down on the paper, which is
go for it.
it's embarrassing, kind of along the lines of thinking you were involuntarily gay thing. But I remember, did you guys ever through puberty, like, just weird things would happen to your body? And I'm not going to get too into it, but I'm talking like I was a kid that didn't know anything about anything.
Yeah.
So,
Same here.
like, if I came, I thought there was something, like,
Oh, yeah.
medically wrong with me. But, like, and I just didn't know the answer. Like, it was all happening so fast. Like, not specifically about that, although I had my scares with that until I figured out what it was. But just, like, things that were happening to my penis and stuff like that. And there's no like you could Google that now. Like I don't know like oh you can Google everything, but like you can Google that now. And back
you
then,
can't Google everything.
Like I seriously like considered calling into Loveline or something like that because I would watch it on MTV.
Like, what the fuck's
and I'm like,
happening?
I want to know if I'm dying or not. If this is normal, do I have a disease at the very least?
Yeah, and we were too insecure to ask our mom and dad weren't in a place to answer those questions.
And I guess they taught some of that in school, but we never went to high school, so we didn't learn like
you
the
missed out
brunt
on
of
the
it.
whole health class.
Oh
too.
yeah, like we got into like erections maybe.
Yeah.
Well,
Sam, let me ask you a question.
yeah, shit.
Did you get the birds and the bees talk from either of your parents?
Yeah, I did from my dad. And it was the
What
most-
age were you?
Did you, Nick?
No.
What
No,
age
me
was
neither.
I? I was actually fairly old. I think I was like 10. No, I'm sorry. I was younger. I was like 7.
Any version of it that Dad did give me, and I do kind of have one in mind, I was like 15 or 16.
All right, well, let's get to that.
This
But,
was post-divorce.
Oh,
when
this
he
was
took an
post-divorce, too.
interest. Yeah, well, you were lucky enough to have your parents divorced young. And I
that
don't know
lucky?
anything about it,
Yeah.
but I wish it had, at least in our case, we would have been very lucky to have our parents divorced young.
That's true. Although,
You know,
Who knows
it's
where
not
we
a
would
bad
be
thing.
and everything like that.
all right, I have a whole nother discussion.
Like,
for you.
I wouldn't risk
I
it.
asked Sam a question.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm
All
sorry.
right, I'm answering your question.
This is what I do. I told you. When it's a friend of Nick's, I just run over it.
That's all right.
Because he doesn't know you that well. He's feeling
Well, I don't have much
insecure.
to say anyways. No, in fact, that whole discussion like colored my because we had like my dad had custody of us for every other weekend or whatever,
Uh-huh.
or like a day a week or something, and then we'd been going out to do like, oh, it's Dad, son, fun day. We'd go out to lunch or some shit like that. I remember he took me out to
Their banners.
You sound a little bitter, Sam.
If
Well,
it was
no,
like
I mean-
Bye Bye Love and all the single dads got together and like made banners. And that's how that movie was, like Dad, Son, Fun Day at McDonald's, product placement.
PJ, I appreciate the reference, but nobody else does. Come on, let's move along.
It was pretty much that, yeah. But anyways, he took me out to remember like the Wallingford Center or something because there was a bakery there at the time, and he's like, "Oh, get a, whatever you want, a cookie or a brownie or something." I was like, "Oh, sweet." So I got a cookie,
A pop brownie.
and then we
He probably would have been better.
kinda
we
dad?
probably had a pop. But we were sitting down, and he starts going into the whole thing, like about masturbation, and like
Oh
you're
my
growing up and
God.
your hands are gonna look weird to you, and I'm like, just. I
Your
remember
hands are going to look weird to you?
Well, as like a metaphor for like your body is going to change and you're not going to not a metaphor, but as an example of that.
Okay.
Yeah, bad one. That's not what you
No,
say.
it's terrible.
Encourage it. Don't encourage it, but just be
I
like,
encourage it.
But it was all like, have you ever touched yourself when you're
no, that's too much. You do it like Roseanne always had a
Dude.
lighthearted way about doing it. Like when
Yeah.
DJ, and it was just like, I forget what it boiled down to, but just like, don't ever let your mom catch you,
Yeah.
and don't ever talk to me about it. Like,
exactly.
like Dad would obviously knew that we were living in that house with him and that computer, and
Well, at least he had the grace
computer is
not
what
to
ruined
fucking
us.
say anything. Because
Yeah,
how
but
fucking mortifying is
it was just so much more awkward. Like if there was a close call or he like
Which there were plenty of.
he learned how to like check the internet history so he could delete it and saw what we were looking at, like, and you knew and he knew
Yeah.
and. But like it just let's just ignore it. Like that made me feel so like ashamed,
Oh, it was
like embarrassed. But
Oh.
he was doing it too.
Side note. I just thought of this. I remember going over to my grandparents' house once when I was a kid, and flipping through. I always like flipped through my grandpa's stack of magazines that he had in the bathroom because it was all Golf Digest and shit like that. I'm like, maybe something good will happen. And one time I actually found a penthouse in there.
A penthouse.
Yeah. I
Not
was
even Playboy. He skipped that.
No, this was like pretty good shit, especially when you're, a 14, 15-year-old.
Sure, yeah.
No, I was way younger than that. 13, 14.
Our dad had a collection of magazines, but I think he eventually got rid of all the newer ones that were upstairs. There were still some like moldy ones in the basement.
Yeah.
But I had a friend who his stepdad or something, like they were just all out in the bathroom and stuff. And I used to
That's
love
the
going to that
weirdest
kid's
thing,
house.
Yeah. It's fun to think back about the friends I had when I went to middle school.
Yeah.
Who I was only their friends because they either had porn or had access to porn.
pictures of like Penthouse and stuff like that would always circulate, like the gym at school. Or like I remember way more than one occasion where like I would find them like in garbage cans at school like that.
Oh yeah, I used to find them in the alleyway in the garbage.
Who's
can.
throwing away their
or something
porn?
like that. I don't know, some kid like they're torn out like pictures
Oh, I
Yeah.
see.
that kids are carrying around.
clipped and cropped down there.
Yeah.
And you mentioned
Maybe
a dick
teacher-
suck?
I remember specifically one was like of a girl sucking a dick, and I was like, oh my god.
Did you even knew what that?
No, I didn't know what it, I knew I
Well,
liked
you could
it.
probably fucking figure out what it is.
I knew it was sexual. I did walk
And that's
in
all you
on
know.
mom and
This
dad
looks
doing that
fun.
once, but I want to cut that.
Well, we've already talked
Start
about
over.
it.
Cut that.
Oh yeah, okay.
I'm pretty sure it's the time that you walked into the bedroom
Yeah.
and saw mom blowing dad.
yeah.
That's
Really?
the whole story.
I didn't know we talked about it. Yeah, and I got like yelled at.
God,
for
that's
walking
worse
into
than
that.
seeing them having sex.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. Although it wasn't like that close up cock shot. You know what I mean? Like I just know what was
You
happening.
didn't see like an inflated cheek or
They were
They
doing
weren't
it,
doing
like, in
it
such
right
a
in front of the door.
It wasn't even like sexy in the slightest bit. Like I'm pretty sure mom was clothed, and it was just like both
Clothes is
sitting.
hot sometimes.
both
Not when,
sitting there.
not when it
no, I
comes to my
agree.
mom.
Yeah,
but-
like
no, but
enter the stress zone, nightshirt on.
okay, cast
Not
that
cool.
out of your mind.
no, professionally.
Do you guys ever think about like kids growing up now that haven't quite discovered masturbation yet?
Yeah.
All they'll know is the internet. Magazines are so
Oh,
obsolete now already.
I almost appreciate.
They are
more.
luckier, but like it's not in your hand. Isn't that something else? Like coming on the magazine, that's exciting.
Yeah, no, that's true.
What is the appeal in that coming on the magazine? Do people really do that?
No,
the closest
like,
you can get
I-
to coming on a girl's
But
tits
it's
is
not
that,
even
actually.
close. So just be reasonable.
Well,
Put it somewhere cleanable. You know what I mean? Like, don't you want to use that picture again?
you will.
Oh,
No, what the
Alright.
fuck does that? Cut that out. Jesus Christ.
I love it when Sam just cut it out.
hey, you know what? You don't make those kind of decisions. There are two hosts of the show. I hate saying it. Like,
I thought you were going to say I
but
hate
it-
Sam, in which case I was going to agree with you.
I hate saying it, but sometimes.
Yeah, I hate
it's-
Sam
Sorry,
too. I hate Sam too.
sorry.
I wrote down Terry Hatcher nude for a title idea, and then we just said one that I forget now. What was
Terry
it?
Gross nude, dude.
No, we were just talking about it with porn.
Coming on a magazine.
That's a good one. Coming on a magazine.
PJ. So PJ.
That's so PJ.
And Sam, I want your opinion on this too.
All right, what is it?
PJ, wouldn't you consider us like basically the pump up the volume of our generation? Like think about it. We're like pirate radio. We don't care what the fuck we say.
You are wearing a cock ring.
We are we are such a rare breed.
Really, you don't think about that? Like we're saying shit that other people are too afraid to say.
When talking shit about our family members and stuff.
Yeah.
I watched that movie with my mom, and I was really embarrassed about it.
I've never seen that movie.
You've never seen it?
Uh-uh.
So my reference made no sense to you?
I know it's Christian Slater. I know.
Yeah.
I wish I was Christian Slater.
I know.
At least
And that's
with his
Before he
hair.
was doing
that's
his Jack
basically what I was
Nicholson
saying. No, it's a whole story about him like doing this underground radio show that's getting him in a bunch of trouble. That's what I meant.
Oh, and he gets the hot
Like, we're in a-
chick who falls in love with him.
Yeah, of course. Of
It's like
course.
Radio Free Roscoe, right?
What?
Now I don't understand your reference.
It's on the Noggin channel. It's like these 8th graders that talk about what teachers are a pain, and
Is
they're
Roscoe
underground.
a dog?
I think Roscoe's the high school.
Oh. Sounds like a dog to me.
But they're totally underground pirate. Plus, let's not forget that Zach Morris had found a radio station in the basement of Bayside High.
You can't make Saved by the Bell reference in front of
I
someone who
don't.
doesn't get it.
I don't remember what the name of their show was, but I remember like
I don't either.
Slater came on like as like they were a pirate at first, and Mr. Belding used to be like the underground DJ of it, so he helped them not get it
Oh,
taken
yeah, I
off
remember
the
that.
air.
I remember that.
And then it was like in several episodes, and one time Slater was going to be the sports guy, and he was really awful. He like brought on this horn, and it was like, like after every lame pun he made.
Hey, did you see Zach Morris on Jimmy Fallon?
Yeah, his acting was awful.
Yeah, but
not
so
as
was
funny as everyone else. Plus, I'm a little upset that Jimmy Fallon's doing a Saved by the Bell reunion.
why? Because you wish you'd thought of it first.
It's sacred, and like
It's sacred.
he's just obviously just doing that.
What do you mean a reunion?
Like he's trying to get them all on the show or something, right?
Oh.
Yeah,
the only
I
holdout
went
is Screech, and obviously he's just asking for a ton of money, right?
I suppose so, but he couldn't
then-
have got that much money for everything else he's done that's been ridiculous.
No, I
Jimmy
bet.
Fallon's probably right in
I
that
bet.
range.
I bet Screech gets paid a lot for.
No, he doesn't. He had to sell T-shirts to keep his house.
I know, but ever since that video where he shit on the girl's face came out, like
I thought that was before
was R.
the
Kelly,
house thing.
dude.
No, that was piss.
Oh.
That was piss, Sam.
I bet he does do personal appearances and stuff like that. I bet he gets paid a little for his stand-up comedy, as awful as that is. He does radio shows.
Does he?
He gets paid, yeah.
All right.
Was Jimmy Fallon on whatever the fuck show you're talking about?
Saved by the Bell?
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck show. You never watched Saved by the Bell?
No.
Guess who their driver's ed teacher was? Mr. Tuttle. All right? Don't fuck with me, all right? I know way more about Saved by the Bell than you.
I know. I've never fucking seen the show.
Regardless.
Sam, are you some kind of fucking idiot? You don't know
Idiot
Mr.
or
Tuttle?
savant, perhaps.
He was one of like 3 teachers. I didn't think it was funny on Fallon when he was like, "Oh, actually, I grew up in Indiana, but then I moved to California with 2 of my friends and my high school principal." Like I thought that was really
That's funny.
funny.
Yeah. They went.
Plus, when he talked about hanging out at the attic with Johnny Dakota, that was hilarious. But Mark Paul Gosselaar like fucked it up the whole time.
Yeah.
Oh, and I love that they sang "Friends Forever" by Zack
knew you
Attack
would.
at the end.
For anybody that doesn't know what we're talking about, we will put this as the video for this week. But I remember we tried to load it and watch it with you, Sam.
Oh,
Not
yeah,
that
that's right.
It wouldn't have meant anything to you, though.
No, not
Did
at
you?
all.
Let me. Did you just not watch TV growing up? Did you not have a TV? Were you one of those weird
No,
kids?
no, no.
You didn't have
we-
a TV.
We had a
Were you
TV.
drawing?
Because we had some fucking. The only friends I had in school were
I could
the.
draw my own adventure. And it worked out pretty well, too.
Have you worked on a comic book, like a graphic novel? These are idiot questions.
You are jumping all around too. I asked him about TV.
It's not even a real question. It's like I'm trying to be. I don't know why I try to run over everything when you're friends. I'm not like this. I know that we hang out in bars and like I try to act all awesome, and now I'm being really jackassy. Oh my god!
What are you talking about? You're the host of a...
I know, and
He's
I'm the host.
He's the
So
host.
really, like, you can't get
Co-host.
pissed about what I'm doing.
I'm not getting pissed. I'm
Okay.
just trying to answer the
I
question.
realize I'm in
though.
your house, and I'm sorry.
No, no,
He's
it's
like,
all
keep
right.
going. I don't know. I'm done, guys. I love everything. I'm like Dimitri Martin in Taking Woodstock.
Sam,
What?
TV as a kid.
Yeah,
No, never.
We had a TV, but we were only allowed to watch like an hour at a time.
What?
An hour. Hour? I don't know what the fuck is wrong.
Can Google it. What is wrong with my voice? It sounds.
Hey, Nick. Watching the air TV. So, you know, I watched shit like the Ghostbusters, cartoons and stuff like that.
Wait, the real Ghostbusters? You mean by the
real
cartoon?
Ghostbusters, yes.
I think the real Ghostbusters was like the newer cartoon. They used to have just a Ghostbusters.
Oh
regular
yeah, and then they
cartoon.
couldn't use that name.
Oh, okay. So whatever one was first, where Peter
Yeah.
Venkman had the big tornado
Yeah,
on his
that's a
head.
good little cartoon.
yeah,
pretty-
he
I
did have
just-
a tornado. On
I
his
only
head.
recently
Remember
saw
I
the
wanted
first
that
Ghostbusters
haircut
movie.
when I was a kid. I used to try to go to the barbershop and be like,
So it's
Give me
the
the
same thing,
Egan.
no, give me the Peter, not the Egon.
but the cartoon version of him, right?
Yeah. The absolutely unrealistic version.
Women are picking out like pictures in Vogue, and you bring in like this Nickelodeon magazine.
I want
Can
a
you do
bugle on my
this?
head.
To be fair, when I want an ironic sweater, I bring in a picture of Charlie Brown.
Do you have this? Oh, that's so great when you see people wearing a Charlie Brown sweater. I really get
Does
it.
anybody do that anymore?
I don't
Good
know.
grief.
Homeless people. This is a very punny episode, guys.
It really is. It is. So
So yeah, I watched TV. I just didn't.
you didn't have Nickelodeon, say specifically?
No, my grandma had it.
Because it feels like I've made reference in bars when I'm drunk to
Yeah.
episodes of shows on Nickelodeon
No,
that
I
you've
did-
never even heard of.
No. I have watched Nickelodeon shows like Clarissa Explains It All. Hey, dude.
I don't know why you
Shit
said
like
that one first.
Hey,
but-
dude.
Yeah.
Remember I sent you the opening credits to Hey Dude? It's amazing. It's not even on YouTube.
It's not on YouTube?
No.
I don't remember you sending this to me, but I don't need you to.
Oh, yeah.
I can just close my eyes when I see it.
In fairness, I linked it to you, and it was like this thing where you had to like wait for it to load and stuff, and you said, "Why do you do this to me?" So I don't know if you ever watched it. But I
Probably
forgot
not.
all about Buddy on Hey Dude and Danny.
yeah.
And his dog, right?
Danny was like
Or
the-
was Buddy the dog?
Buddy should have been the dog, but I don't think Buddy was. I think the dog had like a real human name, like Albert.
Buddy and Albert. Nope, reverse it.
Buddy and Billy. Billy's the dog. And Billy I love it when shows would like have a dog as a character, like Buck or something like that from
And Olivia as Buck. Or whatever the fuck. I know what you're talking
call
about.
it by
Yeah.
its name. Although Seventh Heaven always did, and Happy as Happy.
That's happy.
And Seventh Heaven does make me happy.
What the hell is that? Is that
Sam.
Dude,
TV. Let's just cross off TV. We can't talk about it with Sam.
Well, I know movies.
Oh, okay.
Fairly
Let's
well.
talk about movies.
You got me to rent. You got me to rent the Lars von Trier's The Kingdom.
Oh yeah, what did you think of that?
Right when I quit smoking pot, buddy. I sent it back after about a month.
Come on, it's
After
so
about a
good.
month
Could
of not
not get
watching
into it. Yeah, about 5 minutes of it.
Really?
I got into State of Play, the BBC miniseries State of Play.
On
The
which
movie is
based
awful.
on.
Yeah, I watched about half the movie. It was
You did
terrible.
not like The Kingdom, huh?
I mean, 5 minutes into the first episode, and I was just like, Everybody Loves Raymond is on, literally. I was like gonna watch an episode before work, but sometimes right before work, that's right when they're playing Raymond, and I like to watch that. So.
You do? When
You
did
should
that
give it
happen?
another shot.
I don't know. I want to start buying the DVDs, King and Queen style. I think,
Yeah, it's a spin-off of King of... Or no, I'm sorry. King of Queens is
Switch
a spin-off
that.
of that, yeah.
although not really.
Is that why? You
Ke-
love Kevin James too
No.
much.
Kevin James did used to be on Everybody Loves Raymond, but he did not play Doug Heffernan, which could be confusing when you watch it now. He played a guy named Kevin, who worked at the newspaper with Ray. But Ray
No, he works
showed
at
up.
UPS.
It's IPS.
Oh, damn it.
Ray shows up several times in The King of Queens as Ray, though, as Ray Barone from Everybody Loves Raymond.
Okay.
Sometimes the mom will come and the wife will come.
You guys want to sing Hey Dude? It's a little wild and a little strange.
When you make your home out on the
Oh, you guys
range.
actually know
This
the
guy.
lyrics.
Without your horse and... Oh, sorry.
Come
Fuck,
along.
I don't remember the lyrics.
You can't
actually.
get a ride if you can't.
If you can't hold on, yeah. Then I said, hey.
Yippee ki yeah! You missed a couple minutes.
What were the other Oh, Pete and Pete, which is actually a pretty
Oh,
good fucking
Pete and
show.
Pete.
Yeah, Pete
It's
is great.
Pretty
Pete-
brilliant, really.
Pete too.
Over-
Do you know
Overall.
Iggy Pop was on that show?
Yeah, Iggy Pop, Michael Stipe, some
We
other
know Michelle
fags.
Trachtenberg from Gossip Girl. Yes, we know.
Is she related to Dan Trachtenberg?
No.
Who's
I would
Dan
think not.
Trachtenberg?
Slash Filmcast? Come on, PJ.
Oh, I doubt it.
Let's give them a plug.
Okay.
I know they
Why?
can use it and we cannot.
Hey guys, how's Ryan Johnson doing?
This is just for us, but Ryan Johnson is really making the rounds, huh?
Oh my god!
I hear him on
guys
every
should get him
podcast.
on your show.
First of all,
Yeah, seriously, he'd do it.
You probably could. Yeah.
can I just say,
great. I'm happy to be
I loved Brick,
Oh, me too.
Yeah, it's fucking amazing.
and I love con artist movies. But that one trailer that I've been seeing for like 3 years for the Brothers Bloom, I can't even remember if I hated it the first time I saw it, or if it just gets so annoying. It was like Rachel Weisz doing backflips and stuff
it
like
looks
that.
like a Wes Anderson movie, right?
He's been talking about that a lot on the podcast.
Really?
things that he's
Does
done,
he
yeah.
acknowledge that?
No.
Does he like?
Well, he
call him an
acknowledges that
influence?
people are saying that.
Yeah,
But no, he relates it back to something more cultural and awesome, I'm sure.
but not like Brick, because I just loved Brick.
Brick
Yeah.
was awesome.
Yeah,
When I saw
Fucking
Brick
sweet
in the
guy.
theater, I was dating storytelling.
I randomly saw that in the theater too. Yeah, like I had never even heard of it.
Yeah, I was in Portland, and I saw it, and it was one of those things where we were an hour into it, and then the power went out in the whole theater.
Oh my
Oh,
god!
jeez.
Yeah, and then...
That happened with me at the beginning of Dark Knight, and it never came back on.
That happened with me in High Velocity, which I never actually saw.
High Velocity? What is that? You made that up.
No, it was that Jean-Claude Van Damme movie where he's
Is it about skydiving?
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Are you thinking of Terminal Velocity?
Yeah,
Because
that's right.
was-
Terminal Velocity.
That was Charlie Sheen.
Yeah, that's
whatever.
not. That's like Charlie
Really?
Sheen and Amy Yazbek.
Yeah, who gets Charlie Sheen mixed up with Jean-Claude Van
I
Damme?
could have sworn he was in that movie.
Anyway, Brick.
Oh yeah. So I saw Brick in the theater, and an hour into it, the power went down, and it was down for like an hour. But we had nothing better to do, and they'd already given us free tickets
Oh, nice.
to see another movie by this time. But we just waited, and then they started Brick all over again, and we watched it again.
And you
Yeah.
got to watch the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's a two-timer, man. You can
Yeah.
watch that movie twice in a row.
I watched it 1.5 times that night
You
in the
should
theater.
watch that movie twice, actually. At least, I think.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I feel like I've seen it too often now. Like the thrill is gone.
Surprise guest tonight, Ryan Johnson. Come on in.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Sam, how long would you say we've been hanging out?
I don't know, ever since I got back from New York.
Which has been how long?
Like 2 months.
2 months.
Well, no, longer than that, 3 months.
Longer than that.
Yeah.
Okay, but we haven't been friends that long.
No, not really, no.
But I feel comfortable with you, Sam.
Well,
I feel like I can tell you anything.
You must feel comfortable since you're wearing those shorts.
This is my summer outfit.
You're not sitting like a lady, that's for sure.
Can you see my balls? All right. Whenever a lady's not sitting like a lady, I'm like, hey, I can see your balls. It is true that when I first moved to Seattle, basically my whole friendship base was female.
As
Which
it's
is
been pretty much your whole life, right?
My whole life?
And you had some male friends, but starting at least in Yakima, like your best friend was Amy Eversole.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Way to use her last name.
Okay.
Do you feel more comfortable around girls?
I guess I only feel more comfortable around girls that I know I have no interest in sleeping with.
Okay,
Yeah.
I can understand that.
And
Let me ask you this. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I don't mean to.
No, go.
Okay. When you first encounter a potentially new female friend, do you think about if you could sleep with them or not?
Of course.
I mean, because I
Of
think that's a
course.
truism for every female you encounter in your life.
Yes, absolutely. I
Okay.
agree. Not that I've slept with that many females.
No,
but
me neither. But I'm always. I mean, I don't think there's a single female I know that I haven't been like.
yeah, you got to
I envision
analyze
myself
going in.
sleeping with
Right,
that person.
like how much do I want to push this, if
Right.
at all?
Right.
I guess. But yeah, like when I moved to Seattle, like I'd met Margaret, who is my best friend, who we've mentioned several times. She's been on the show, episode something or other.
5, I know that. Episode
Would you
5.
call
No,
her a
we don't-
friend of the show.
We don't. Yeah, she's a friend of the show. Don't reference
Supporter
episode
of the
5,
show.
PJ.
You can go back.
Except for when I'm like episode. Tell me again.
She was in episode 5. It's not a lie.
No, it's not. It should be, but it's not.
If we can delete episodes, there's episodes I want to delete.
Like what?
Episodes that I fear will get me in trouble by people who still live in Yakima. Things I've said about people who listen.
Well, you're afraid somebody's gonna go back and hear Space Wedding, PJ?
Yeah, that's exactly it.
That's episode 7. Who's listening
Stop,
to that
let's
anymore?
stop. It gets downloads every month, and I'm so paranoid every time.
I can't believe you're still thinking about that. It's been a full year
I
almost.
see him a lot.
So when I moved to Seattle, basically Margaret was my only real friend. I have other friends that have since moved to Seattle, but like I
Or
couldn't.
like who? People I know? Or?
Yeah, like Haley has eventually moved to Seattle.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Haley episode. Haley or old virgin.
34?
Something.
It's a guess.
Yeah, total guess. But I continue to surround myself with female friends that I have no interest in sleeping with, and that makes it weird, especially when they obviously want to sleep with me.
Oh, rough life.
No, come
Man.
on.
Is that true?
No. Only
Do they
a
all
couple.
wanna sleep with you?
No. Haley, are you kidding me?
Oh, you
Hey,
could
is
be
Haley-
living a very different life. Right
Haley,
now.
Haley
If
fucked
my
a guy,
penis
right?
was God.
Haley had sex, right?
No, almost.
I heard she had
almost.
oral sex.
No.
She had a boob fondled or some shit. Or a nipple.
She had a
did she?
boob licked.
Yeah.
Oh,
licked.
wow. She's like fucking going fast now.
Yeah, I know.
She's going to marry this guy.
Yeah.
She's going to get pregnant.
This
maybe.
might not seem amazing unless you go back.
She's going to
and-
get pregnant and then say something like, I remember a witness made this claim once that she got pregnant, but it was honestly just because they were fooling around and they went too far and some like dripped down in there and she got pregnant. Angie, that was her thing. Or whoever, yeah, Angie, I think that's who it is. And
Yeah.
she married.
Why don't you say her last name twice, PJ? Great job.
We obviously have to cut it out. But that was their thing. Like our cousin Amy, she told me that she was like, it was honestly like they were doing like mutual masturbation things, and then like some
Which,
just
by the way, is totally against the Jehovah's Witness law.
yeah, but like a
To
lie. Like
mutually
if you,
masturbate?
Yeah.
oh, big time.
Masturbating in general is wrong.
Oh, yeah, that's
But
Solo
like
masturbation.
if you get pregnant, like you're in a lot of trouble and. Like, it's your whole life source being a Jehovah's Witness, so
Right.
you're going to get cut off from everybody. So, like, you could see making up that story, like, oh, we were doing this, even though it's ridiculous to believe that, like, some cum shot across, got into her vagina, and
forced its way
impregnated
up.
her. Like, is there any kid whose parents can honestly tell them, we never even had sex when you were conceived? It was a mutual masturbation session. Like, no, that doesn't happen. It's a lie.
Yeah.
Amy.
Our buddy Patrick, whose last name I won't give, but he claimed that his most recent daughter was born as a result of pullout not working as effectively as he thought it should have.
You're still admitting to fucking right there, and I'm sure that
True.
that could maybe be the case, although it would be weird if that was like his defense to the elders in the congregation.
I'm
thought
sure
that
it wasn't.
pullout
That, like, at
was
least... Yeah.
Have you never tried pullout?
Yeah, in tandem with more solid preventative measures. Because I know it doesn't fucking work. I mean,
No, obviously it doesn't work. But I think
you
it-
mean, have you ever tried pull-out as a means of birth control?
right?
oh,
'Cause you'll-
I thought you
'cause
meant
who
as,
would do
like,
it
a
for fun?
theatrical thing.
No. No, but some people
All
are
the time.
convinced that if I pull out, but like, there's other stuff going on there, right?
Well, there's always the pre-seminal flow.
And I've heard that's the strongest, guys, and the rest of it just shoots it in there. Right? Is that true, or is that just something I heard?
I don't know. Even though I actually went to school.
I think before my wife and I were married, there was one, like, hand job in the shower session or something like that, which, and she insisted on taking a pregnancy test afterwards. Because I think Amy told us that story or something. Like, she admitted it to
kidding
or
me.
something.
You are kidding me.
Oh, yeah, we bought a pregnancy test, and I'm not going to lie. The thought went through my mind.
Of course it did,
What
but not
if?
because it should.
What if?
Isn't this, everybody go out and rip mermaids, remember? The scene
Oh,
with
yeah.
Winona Ryder?
Yeah.
She
Oh,
kissed
that
the
was
guy
so
and thought
hot.
she was pregnant, right? Isn't that what it was?
Yeah, she was so guilty about it, she drowned her sister.
Oh, yeah.
That was a fucked up movie.
Yeah, it was. That's why I'm laughing so hard.
She was really hot in that, though.
Oh, man, I never thought that.
Really?
Me neither. Not
I
her.
did.
In Heather's, I would have fucked any other Heather.
What's wrong with Winona Ryder?
I
Well,
don't see it.
okay, I amend that
get,
question.
I guess I don't like I don't like people's
That was fast.
people who think she's so
Quick
hot.
word.
Like,
She's
you definitely
not
don't see that.
anymore. I mean,
It's like people who think Renee Zellweger is really hot. Like, although I think they're in the minority at this point.
Yeah.
Everyone has
By
to
people, you
admit
mean
that
nobody.
She's like ridiculous looking.
well, she's got the
Okay, but
squinty,
Jennifer
like-
Garner.
Ridiculous looking.
Jennifer Garner. Everyone who thinks Jennifer Garner is hot. Come on, you can admit it. She's ass ugly.
Who's Jennifer?
Just because she looks so different. It's just like the ass thing. Like, just because the ass is so huge doesn't mean it's a nice ass. You know what I mean?
Are you talking about Jennifer Garner?
Yeah, not her ass.
Oh.
More like her teeth. Like, just because she's so unique
Not her
looking
ass, more like her
doesn't
teeth.
make her hot.
Wait, who who is she? I'm sorry.
Alias,
13 going on
30. Jinx.
Juno. Ever heard of that
Oh
movie
yeah,
called
Juno.
Juno?
Oh, she was. No, that was Emily Page. Or Emily Page, right?
Ellen Page
Ellen
and
Page.
no.
Ellen Page played Juno. Jennifer Garner played
Pregnant
ADR.
Oh,
Pregnant
whatever.
chick.
Not couldn't get pregnant chick.
So my big idea when because everybody in our friend circle, Sam, if
Yeah.
you haven't noticed, seems to love the idea of a themed birthday party.
Yeah, I know.
Aren't we too old for that? I mean, we continue
Well-
to participate because they are our friends.
Yeah,
What do you think about that?
I don't
though?
think I've ever
but
had
you
a
never did
themed
that when you were
birthday
young,
party.
though, right?
What?
Did you ever do that when you were young?
We didn't celebrate birthdays when we were younger, Sam.
Okay,
Jehovah's
okay.
Witnesses.
Sorry.
That's what he was
Okay,
getting
alright.
at. You knew
Well-
that, right, when you asked that. That's what he was getting at.
That was
Asshole.
not a
See,
deep
Nick's an asshole.
jab.
But
I don't know. I don't feel like we're too old for it. I feel like,
it's fun. Like, it's fun to have an excuse to dress up, I guess.
yeah.
Because that's usually what it turns into.
Well, and I think it's the part. It's that kind of thing where it's like, oh, this should have been what I remembered from my childhood, but since I don't,
Oh, so you're saying
then
they're
we're
doing
just
it...
gonna make it awesome, you know?
I see. So they're doing
Yeah.
it more for me.
Yeah.
No.
No, not for you necessarily, for themselves.
I'm sorry, I'm selfish. That's why I assumed that. But like, say for instance, Margaret, the friend we've mentioned, her
Yeah.
birthday party was prom themed.
Yeah.
So we all got to dress up. Oh, you were there for that.
That's
Yeah,
pretty
it
fun.
was.
Yeah. PJ, don't say it was fun. You had a miserable time.
No, I had a lot of fun at that.
No, you didn't.
What are you talking about?
As you stood awkwardly with your wife in the corner the whole time?
Oh, yeah, I had great fun. Me and my wife sat in the corner and got drunk.
Didn't they cut you off?
Yeah,
they cut both of us off.
That was really weird.
Yeah.
I was not displaying drunkenness.
I think they only cut you off because they thought you were me, which continues to happen when we hang out in bars together.
I really don't look that
Sam, we'll get back to this, but do you think me and PJ look alike? Would you mistake us for twins if you didn't know any
No,
better?
not at all.
No? Okay,
No.
good.
I don't think
We get that too often for it to make sense.
Really?
Yeah.
You guys
Although
really
he's
don't look
clearly
that much
taller
alike.
than me,
Obviously.
even though he is younger, so I could see that being confusing.
His hair's shorter.
Yes, and his hair is shorter. They can't be twins. His hair's shorter than that guy's.
So, guys, I say for my 28th birthday, we all go get a haircut together. What are we going to do for yours, Nick?
For next one.
My 29th birthday is coming
it's your
up.
29.
Yeah. Did you know that?
Hit 29 forever. I would have, if someone would have said, how old is he turning, and I had to give in, I couldn't think about it, I probably would have said 28. But if I thought about it, obviously it would have come up with 29.
Well, that's pretty flattering. Thank you. So everybody asked me, like, because they're digging for theme ideas, my female friends that I've mentioned. So they're like,
they're still looking for a theme for your birthday?
no, I mean, the theme is camping.
Yeah, obviously.
Spoiler alert.
I know.
Spoiler.
But they asked me, what do you like? What do you like? And then I just got
German
on this
chocolate
kick.
cake.
Because I have not been, how long has it been since you've been camping?
A year.
Oh, okay, so not
Actually,
that long.
less than
PJ, how about you?
Back to leisure time days.
Yeah, when we were kids. I did have one successful camping trip without mom and dad for the only time, really, when I was like 19 or 20. And I had the greatest fucking time. And I was hanging out with Jehovah's Witnesses.
Was that with, like, Randy and...
Sure it was,
Ben,
yes, yeah. I just met this group of people. All of a sudden they accepted me because they all had
Right.
crushes on my cousins. And so, like, we went on this camping trip, and, like, we did everything that you should do on a camping trip. Like, we did the campfire.
Yeah.
We did the...
Hot dogs and marshmallows and
Right,
shit like
of
that.
No
course.
beer drinking, though.
No beer drink. You're right. And that's
Almost
the point.
everything.
This is going to be so much better.
I know, and that's the point. Is that I have not been camping since I've been a drinker, and I'm not saying drinking is the only motivation.
And a cigarette smoker. Like,
cigarette
how great is
smoker?
that, camping?
A pot smoker. I'll just go out and
Oh
say
my
it.
God, yeah.
Like
Oh, jeez.
this will add a whole lot to my camping trip. I feel like
That's why I'm excited.
And plus, my friends
Yeah.
are cooler now than my friends were back then. Even though we already said Randy and Ben, not as cool. But I just felt like that's a fun idea. Like, let's
Yeah.
go camping, right?
Yeah, I think it'll be great.
And you were on board with that, and
Yeah.
so you're coming along.
Of course.
So that's what we're doing for my birthday. When I told my friend Margaret, God bless her.
We'll have done it by now. BT Dubs, you can email Nick about it.
Oh yeah, ask me how it
Yeah.
went, because apparently we were broadcasting from the future or the past.
I'm just saying it'll come out after.
From the past to the future.
But so I tell Margaret. She asked me because she's obviously the one that like is the friend that you can count on to arrange everything.
Oh, she's a fucking shaker and
Yeah.
mover, man.
I'm already starting the Evite. What do you want to do? And so it was just I told her camping like as a random idea, but her thing is like she mentioned to her mom, and then her mom sent her a link to something, and it's in Chelan, which we've confirmed is a long way away, right?
Like 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah.
From Seattle?
Yeah.
I thought it was only an hour and a half from
Oh,
Seattle.
no. It's like 3 or 4.
Oh my God! I heard an hour and a half from Seattle, 4.5 from where I live. If it's longer than that, I don't know, buddy.
It's my fucking birthday.
I got a shit car.
You don't want to go camping with me?
No, I do, but if it's like 7 hours, I don't know.
But it's. Would you consider it camping, Sam? Because all of a sudden,
Well-
I lay responsibility in Margaret's hands, and then all of a sudden, it's not camping so much as it's a floating cabin.
Yeah, but aren't we going
With,
to go camping one night, though?
Yeah,
There's campgrounds there.
Like,
we're
in a
bringing
tent?
a tent, yeah.
but the point is, it's a
We're
floating
borrowing
cabin.
like a rugged fucking tent.
But
Yeah.
it's out in the woods and shit like that. Like,
Yeah, it's out in the woods with a full stove, a full oven, a full refrigerator, running electricity. Which I don't know if this is a teaser or not, depending on if we decide or not to, whether or not to do it. But we might record our 1-year anniversary show right there from the cabin.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I did not know that.
Right out there in the middle of the boonies
Hey,
with running electricity.
There's a surprise.
yeah.
In
Still
which
actually
case, this
surprising.
episode will be after that.
Wow.
Oh, wow. I'm really fucking things
Guys,
up.
what do you, like? This episode's seriously gonna be like 3 weeks away. What do you think's gonna happen in that time?
I think
Dead
I'll be married.
celebrities?
Amazing things.
You
Oh,
might be married.
Yeah.
gonna be married.
I might be married. And then, yeah. They say dead celebrities come in threes. Was David Carradine the last of the last 3? Because if so, we got to guess 3 more.
Are you counting Paul Newman in that?
No, Paul
saying-
Newman's been a long time guy.
I'm saying Cloris Leachman's gonna go soon. I hope so.
Cloris Leachman.
All right, so if we have 3 here now. PD already guessed Cloris Leachman. Let's guess the other 2 celebrities.
Next celebrity
and the
to
next
die.
3 to go.
Oh man, I could probably
wants to
pick
go
someone
soon?
better than that.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Who's the next celebrity?
It's
to die?
got to be Golden Girls die in 3, right? That's always been the case. It's got to
Lately,
be.
it's
It's got to
been
be
the case.
McClanahan.
Yeah, or
Ooh.
who else is left? Betty White.
Betty White's gonna live forever.
Yeah, she is. Did you see her in the trailer for Ghost Girlfriend's Past? Hilarious.
Oh my god.
Or was that the proposal?
I have no. Oh, the proposal actually.
Yeah. Same fucking movie.
Sam, someone who's gonna die. I got Rue McClanahan.
You already said Cloris Leachman.
No, I got Sarah Rue. That obesity kills. It's like the #1 killer in America. Oh, she's
man.
In that case, I'm going to choose Ralphie May.
I think it's going to be somebody we actually like a Seth Rogen or a Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Wow, Philip
Yeah.
Seymour Hoffman. Maybe he'll relapse into alcoholism.
Yeah.
Oh man, wow! Wouldn't that be weird? Wouldn't it be weird if by the time this episode aired, Philip Seymour Hoffman was dead? How weird would that be?
That would be pretty fucking weird. And Sam, I would blame you because you were the one to throw the name out.
Oh,
gonna
I would
kill
blame
him.
me too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kill him.
Still,
Do you think we should not post this part of it now, just in
maybe
case?
not. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, if anyone wants to follow Kelly Baker on Facebook,
Why?
she posted a weird thing, and she called it "Very Final Destination," which is so apt about a lady who didn't get on that Air France flight that crashed and everyone died, but then she died in a car accident like a week
Are
later.
you serious?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
Kelly
not funny
Baker,
at all.
Facebook.com/Kelly Baker.
That's not how that works.
We're 3 weeks in the future. We can use usernames now. Wouldn't it be weird, guys, if we could use a username on Facebook? Facebook.com/inconvenient.
Oh, I got my email hijacked the other day.
Oh, yeah, I saw your Facebook about that.
Yeah, it sucked.
Tell us
yeah.
what happened.
Well, I don't know. Somebody broke in and then they started sending out messages to my contacts saying that it was like, "Hi, friend. You subscribe this site, you get half price on good, techno deals or whatever." And
So someone, was your password like "I love camping"? And that's how they figured it out.
Dead
Yeah,
giveaway.
it was-
You
Hey,
gotta
friend.
you gotta put in numbers and letters.
I put in "I heart camping." I thought they counted as a letter. I felt kind of bad though because my mom responded to my email with like question marks and like, I don't understand.
Do you need help with money?
So, supposedly, based on what I've told at least 2 people,
Yeah.
and you guys can let me decide whether I mean it or not, I will quit smoking after this birthday camping trip. Which
But we're
means
gonna
I'm going
smoke
to
a lot on the camping
You're
trip,
going
right?
to.
Yeah, I'm going to smoke a ton on it.
I'm
I'm
gonna-
talking
gonna-
cigarettes right now,
We're
just to
both
make
gonna
it clear.
quit.
I'm gonna quit too, guys. Let me in on this.
All right, and I was going to ask for help of the listeners too. Anybody who's conquered?
Smoking.
The quitting smoking, they're all gonna say, "Oh, I did nicotine gum. Oh, I got hypnotized. I just looked in my daughter's eyes and I knew I couldn't. I wanted to see her
Yeah.
be a lady."
But that hasn't happened to you, right? You have a daughter. You've looked into her eyes.
Yeah, I
you're
just
still
wanna
smoking.
Kill me.
Yeah, fuck, I need a cigarette.
No, I'm gonna quit smoking with you guys.
Yeah,
I think
my-
we should put some money on it. That's the way to do it. Like the gamblers, like the pros in Vegas do it.
All right. So how much money were you thinking?
10,000.
10,000.
Nick's got some unemployment coming and a
Not
severance.
that much.
Hey, we need our money to start our bar. So
Oh yeah, that's another topic.
Oh yeah.
But
I
let's.
can teach you guys how to bartend on the camping trip.
Yeah, we're counting on it.
Bring my martini shakers. Alvina wants me to make something called the fish bowl, which has a lot of alcohol in a half-gallon fish bowl. You put nerds on the bottom
Yeah, you
to
told
make
me
it
about
look like
this.
gravel and
Like the
Swedish
glittery
fish,
rocks. Yeah.
and you scoop it in.
Wait, you put
Maybe.
Swedish fish in the drink?
It looks like you
Fish?
serve it in a goldfish bowl.
Oh,
So does your wife only want you to make that so bad because it looks like a fishbowl?
Yeah, pretty much. And there's nerds at the bottom.
It's all about the spectacle. It's not about the actual quality of the drink. I can't imagine drinking anything with nerds at the bottom.
Realistically,
goldfish
guys,
floating around.
I think that's all that's going to be on the menu is my gummy bear martinis.
Will you make me up a fishbowl drink for my birthday out there on the cabin?
The title of my autobiography is "It's Got Nerds at the Bottom."
And the title of this episode, as it turns out.
As it turns out.
All right, Sam. Here's what I say.
Okay.
We should say we should go into the bar thing right now.
Yeah. Okay.
And then we'll talk about Wingman.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's it. That's it.
Okay. Bar thing, wingman. So me and Nick are going.
So how was that breakup? Was it tough?
Wow.
Cut. My God.
Fuck you.
You are an asshole, dude.
No, tell me that. Oh, come on. Tell me no one would have made that joke. They were waiting for it. Pins and needles. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Welcome to my bachelor pad, sitting on my bachelor couch.
No, Sam's happily married. I don't know why he said that. Let's move along.
Yeah.
How are little Max and Ruby? Are the twins asleep?
You ruined
So
it.
PJ.
I know.
We had a plan.
I'm sorry.
That was hilarious.
I always do that.
So me and Nick are gonna open a bar.
What's gonna? God, could you?
We're gonna call it the breakup.
No.
Vince Vaughn is going to hang out quite a bit.
I'm wondering if you could get in
Obviously.
trouble, and how much would I have to invest to convince you guys to name it Cocktails and Dreams? Because there's got to be something like preventing that. That's why you never see a bar called Cocktails and Dreams.
I laughed, but I don't quite understand the reference.
From
Is that
Cocktail.
from Cocktail. I was going to guess that.
It was never an actual bar. It was the bar he and his bartending mentor conceived, Cocktails and Dreams. When that guy killed himself and he opened his own bar at the end, it was called Flaherty.
Dreams?
No, Flaherty's, whatever his last name was.
Flaherty?
They never even named it Cocktails and Dreams.
Well, that seems like a
Flannery's Cocktail and Dreams.
that seems like a
Flannery O'Connor's.
Yeah, he was a
Cocktail.
very Irish guy in it,
Okay.
but it
No,
wasn't
that's
far
not-
and away.
Sam brought up to me the idea of a bar only because I'm jobless now, and there are only so many things I'm good at. One of them is alcohol.
Right. Well, I
Insert-
mean, yeah,
Wouldn't
we
it
would
be
have-
A
great,
bar
though?
seems fun to me. Does it not seem fun to you?
Wouldn't it be like a great step to take? And like, you go to bars and you know what are the good deals. Like, if somewhere gives away, I don't even know what the deals are here. We have terrible deals in Yakima. But don't they have like 50-cent pints of PBR around here?
Well,
In
it's not
Seattle?
that good a deal.
I don't know. Maybe
No.
not.
No,
But-
no, not at all.
Guys, cut
Where
all
are you
this out.
drinking?
$3 pitchers, is that right?
No,
I don't know. But what I'm saying is, like, you would be willing to make enough money to pay your rent and everything like that, so you could do like these great deals on
Yeah.
alcohol, like that.
Well-
that would bring.
Not only that, though, but we know like what we like to see when we go into a
Right.
bar. You know, like what kind of atmosphere is
Right.
pleasant
Right.
to have.
So that's why we want to bring you in on this. Like,
'Cause we
we're
need
really
your money.
considering it. Like, if Sam
Yeah.
and I happen to fall in love with and then marry somebody that has a lot of money, isn't that the plan as of
Exactly.
right now anyway?
We need sugar mamas.
Yeah. But, like, assuming we could...
Plan Brotherhood at so and so.
But you brought it up, like, I don't know if you suggested opening a bar as a joke, but the
No,
more
no,
I've been
I
thinking-
didn't.
Yeah, we should do
Because
it.
I think it
Like,
would be
we
a great
should-
thing.
We should see what all is involved in doing that. Can you imagine
Yeah.
if that was our full-time job? And, PJ, the reason I wanted to bring this up tonight is because we want you to be a part of it, of course.
Okay.
You have bartending skills, which we do not.
Right.
This is awkward.
Are you against this idea?
No, I'm kidding.
Have you not
But
seen It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
Do you-
It's
do you
Always
guys-
Sunny in
Your life
Seattle,
away
Washington.
right
I have a price for you that it would cost to start.
Okay.
$750. I take that into a 10-20 game. Guaranteed, I would not drink while I played cards, guys.
I don't know if...
I would 5,000 in a
Sam
a
hates
week.
it when you talk about poker.
Your brother is going to cost me a lot of money.
Yes. So
I'll be in charge of the deposits, guys.
let's just pull together all the money left that I have and give it to
Okay.
PJ to go to Vegas.
You know what there is? I'm going to be honest with you guys. There is sick money in bartending. There really is. I have been doing really well in Yakima at a corporate restaurant bartending.
That says a lot then, yeah.
If I could get a bartending job in Seattle, then
But your
That'd
price
be
of
a lot of
living
money.
where you're at now is way cheaper.
yeah. But
taking that
I
into
think the money
consideration.
you make will outweigh it, though. So
Yeah,
we'll
no,
invest
I
in
agree.
this bar, and then I'll do the bartending.
But my specific
And you'll make all the fucking money.
Well, I'll split up, guys. We're partners. It's cool. It's cool. 33.3.
How much?
we'll go back to what we're gonna name our bar, but also like what will set our bar apart from other bars here in the Seattle area. Peanuts. I don't see enough peanuts or pretzels.
No, and everybody loves those kind of bars. Free food
You don't
of
like
some
peanuts or
sort.
pretzels? Is that what I'm gathering from your look?
No, I just think that, like,
We're going to have free pizza.
we should be talking
Free
more
pizza?
business.
Yeah.
How much is that free pizza going to come out of the back end,
Oh
guys?
God, PJ's out.
Let's think
We've
about
signed nothing yet. PJ's
This is
out
what
of
I
it.
think.
Yeah, no,
We
no.
get the bartenders to wear, like, red shirts with black slacks and, like, a half-length apron. And then, like, every
Maybe
time
like
they get
a
it,
barbershop quartet or some shit?
every
Come
time
on.
they get a tip, they sing a song just like at the Cold Stone.
Oh yeah.
We got to get in the newspaper, guys. Come on, we're gonna be that bar.
We're not
PJ
selling
Osama
ice
hands, make your silent
PJ
partner.
Osama hands.
I am so not into this bar idea all of a sudden.
Well, you know, guys, you're gonna have to compromise.
I like the name. I'm sorry, Nick. PJ's got the ambition, the drive.
You're right. He's proved that tonight. We played shuffleboard at a bar the other night
We did.
at Lava Lounge here in Seattle.
Yeah.
Have you ever played shuffleboard? I'm talking about like tabletop shuffleboard.
Yeah,
Yeah, with the salt and all.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. At Sports Center, they have it.
Yeah. I was
also have
so
a skee
obsessed
ball
with it.
machine, which is a big moneymaker.
Skee ball
Skee ball machine.
Oh,
Can
skee
you
ball at
believe
our-
it?
yeah.
at our bar.
Oh,
We could
Yeah.
call it skee ball.
Yeah.
Unless
We could
unless
be
that's
all
copyrighted.
skee ball tables.
Speaking of copyrighted, Planned Parenthood is apparently mad at us, but we'll get into that in a later episode, or probably in an earlier episode. I fucked that up. So you have no other great ideas for the bar? Like, don't you wish there was? Every time I'm at a bar, I feel like there could be something that would make it better. I'll tell you my idea of a great bar is I like the bars where there are old people,
Yes.
as well as young, attractive people.
Yeah.
But like not to the point where the music's too loud that nobody can hear each other. That's
No,
always
you
a
have
turn
to
off.
be able to have a conversation.
You have to be able to have a conversation. You have to be able to count on a seat, which means our bar needs to do good business, but not so good that you can't count on a seat.
Right.
Otherwise, we have rooftop seating. Ooh,
Yeah.
the rooftop grill.
We have to have some sort of outdoor area where you can smoke. Because I
Yes.
feel like that is
Definitely
lacking.
a smoking
That is
shelter.
lacking.
Might I suggest?
Yes.
Smoking shelter off the back entrance.
I like
Yeah,
that idea.
I like that too.
And there are a few bars around here that have a shelter of some sort. Oh,
Yeah, but
but
they're
we're
always
quitting
cut off
smoking,
from
guys.
maybe-
What do we care?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Well,
but we
we'll
know
be
what
deprived
we know
of
what
the
people
up there.
are. Just because we quit doesn't mean we have to be honest.
right.
Right.
Okay. But as far as our plan goes, we're going to quit smoking next week, right?
Yes.
So we'll still be bitter and hate everybody that lights up a cigarette in front of us. Wouldn't you want? I mean, if we're going to get this bar in action, we got to do it within the next week.
Yeah, but we want money though. The next week. Good lord.
I think the number one key to success in a bar that people will come to is you've got to find like
The hottest.
friendly. Not
That's-
even that.
Yes.
No, I
Friend-
think that's pretty.
a hot bartender. This is I don't know how many people like me there are in the world, but there's like bars like Jackson's in Yakima where there are very hot bartenders. But I won't go there just because like they're just like in the weeds all the time. They don't know what they're doing. They fuck everything up. They have real bitchy attitudes. Like she can be hot, but like super personable and never moody bartenders.
Yes, agreed.
That's what you need, and you would need to be there. And anytime you saw them take any slightest bit of like work-related or boyfriend-related frustration out on a customer, like you would want to put a stop to that. Just be like, that is not
I agree.
Because
you
I
will
hate
go to a dive bar if the fucking bartenders are nice and pleasant.
Yeah,
Or at least I would.
and if they're hot, that helps too. But we're also an awesome bar. We've got skee ball tables and the most awesome bartenders ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we have shuffleboard that doesn't even require any salt to pass the.
Really? So our bar is also set in the future.
It's magical.
We're playing rollerball inside the arcade room.
Yeah.
You're one of like 2 guy friends that I have, Sam. Because PJ doesn't count as a friend. He's my brother.
he's your
You
best
and
friend.
Jeff,
Yeah.
who's not even. I can't say that because he probably is listening. It's not that he's not a friend. It's just like I
Not
don't.
to interrupt.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Wow.
But just because we're brothers doesn't mean we're not friends. And I think when I live here, we'll be more like a group of friends, like siblings like Ross and Monica. I'm sorry, continue. Right now, Sam and Rob are your only real friends.
No, Jeff.
Jeff.
Not Rob. Although he's a friend too.
Rob's a good guy.
Sure. So yeah, I guess that expands my friend base a little bit. But like
Yeah.
for the most part, don't have that many male friends. Like most of the people I hang out with on a regular basis before you move back from New York
Right.
have been female, and it's
Females
not because
are
I'm
easily
gay.
are
It's because I'm not
relatable,
attracted.
too.
What's that?
Females are easier to relate to. I feel like.
Me specifically,
No, people.
or
in
just my
general.
type? Yeah,
I mean, my type too. I tend to prefer my female friends to my male friends.
that's true. And
I can't talk
there
to
anything?
girls at all.
not even girls that you're not interested in sleeping with.
No. I always
Are
make
you
a
answering
fool
that
out
way
of
because you're
myself.
married?
No, I swear to God, I'm so awkward around them.
Oh, okay.
Really?
It's just me.
I know. I guess you've never been that way, huh?
I hugged Margaret twice today.
I know, only because she forced it.
How uncomfortable for you.
The second time was reciprocal. There's nothing against. I just have a hugging thing. I also wouldn't hug Nick.
Well, I don't try to hug you.
Just my wife and my baby.
Oh.
That's cute.
But yeah, now that I've been hanging out with you more, and I also, what's today? Like June 14th, something like that.
15th.
15th. I have not had sex since November of
Where
last.
did this go?
Yeah, but we're gonna fix that though, right?
Exactly.
That's your goal by the end.
I'll
of the
tell you
summer.
where it's going, PJ. I haven't had sex.
I
in-
said, where did this go? I see where it's going. I just couldn't believe it.
I haven't had sex in like 7 months, and Sam's going
Right.
to help me with that. And I realized when I said that, it probably sounded weird.
Well,
So
The
I'll
thing I don't
further
understand
explain. I need a wingman, and I need a male wingman. Like when Margaret.
Yeah, but
when
how did
when
I get to
when
be
I
a
go to
good
a bar with.
wingman?
What's that?
how did I get to be a good wingman?
Margaret assigned you.
Oh,
And plus, I've seen you
You
have.
must listen.
I've seen you have sex with some girls.
That's really
in the
weird.
time that I've not had sex. I mean, I haven't
You've
seen
not-
it, but I've seen you,
Yeah.
successfully conclude. No, again, no, I have not seen that. You know what I'm saying, though.
I
know.
understand what you're saying.
I've been around you when you've hit on girls that you then eventually went on to have sex with.
Yes, the result was sex.
Yes, and I can't do that. I don't have that in me.
Okay.
And I know. Here's the deal, PJ. Is I've made a deal with myself. A couple of summers ago, I told myself, "This is the summer of love. This is the summer that I'm going to go
Summer of
into it, and
love.
I'm going to find the girl that I'm going to marry." And then I did find a girl that summer via Craigslist, and Pincushion. She's
Oh,
been
yeah,
mentioned
yeah,
before.
yeah.
You never met her though, did you?
No,
Sam?
I never did. I've never met any of your ex. Oh no, I didn't meet one.
No, you didn't. Oh well, she doesn't count. The one from prom.
Schuster?
We don't have.
No.
Not Schuster. We don't have a code name for this one yet, but she was married when I fucked her.
Oh, yeah. That was, you accused me of being unhappy at the prom. She's what made it unhappy for me.
Well, she's a listener, so congratulations. Let's watch for that one less download every week now. So basically, the summer of love constituted of my finding a girl.
Which you did.
Yes, and starting a relationship. It wasn't like, I'm going to marry this girl. It was
Right.
more like I just want a relationship.
Sure.
And I found one temporarily. 8 months.
Hey, that's not bad.
I guess, not in this day and age, right? This economy. I blame my...
There's so many bullshit things you can
In these
say.
recessionary times, fuck, 8 months. I'll take it.
Yeah, it's really tough to find a girlfriend in this economy, guys. But then that fizzled out, of course. And so my new goal, not having had sex in 7 months, I really miss it. My
Yeah.
morning hard-on reminds me once a day
No,
that I miss it as much as I did.
it is a pleasant pursuit.
And I'm a cuddler. I'll say it. I'm a cuddler.
Are you small spoon or big spoon?
No, I'm big spoon.
Okay.
Everybody that says they're a small spoon is a fucking idiot.
Hey, fuck you.
That doesn't make any sense, Sam. Unless she's Amazonian,
Well,
which none of the girls I know that you've slept with have been.
no, they have not been Amazonian. However, I tend to sleep in the fetal position, and it's a lot less work on my part not having to put my arms around somebody.
But don't you like that part of it? Peter, are you a cuddler or no?
Yeah.
Yeah? Me too. Like, maybe it's part of our genetic. I don't know. Do you want to cuddle tonight or no?
Sometimes I want to cuddle. Now it's so hot that I'm
leave?
still so addicted to it that I'll do things like grab her arm, like the bicep, and like just hold on to that all
Squeeze
night.
just a little
No,
bit.
not squeeze. Just have my hand there.
Because
It's too
hot?
It's too hot. Yeah. So I can't
don't
cuddle,
get it.
but I need to make sure she's there. I didn't know she moves. In
No,
the
I
night.
absolutely get that, dude. I do. Sam, did I ask you? Are you a cuddler?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I love
So we
it.
get
I mean,
that.
That's the best part of having somebody sleeping in your bed is cuddling with them. Otherwise, it's a waste of time.
Yeah. Yeah. Always been a cuddler. I'm not a guy, and I know you are. One night stander?
I don't like it. I mean,
You don't dislike it though. You're
No.
having sex that I'm not having. Like if I
but-
think
yeah, okay. Well, the thing that bothers me about one night stands, I like them when it's mutually obvious that it's a one night stand.
right.
I do not like telling girls, "Yeah, sure, I'll call you," when I know damn well I'm not going to.
right.
Is it ever the other way though, to where like she thought of it as a one night stand and
And I
you were
didn't
really
want it to be?
disappointed by that?
No, I've never had that.
Not even as an insecure teenager.
Let's say you took Nick.
I didn't have sex as a teenager.
Neither did I.
Let's say you took Nick under your wing, and possibly we make a documentary about it.
Oh, we've talked about this.
Oh yeah, we have.
Yeah.
How often do you think Nick
I
could get
promise
laid?
I'll call him. and
In
I
the
will.
first, how long until he can get laid?
He can get laid tomorrow if he.
No, but I'm talking about, he's still tomorrow. Obviously, he's still going to be really shy. Anything you tell him to do, say this. He's not going to want to.
Yeah.
You've got to go through the training.
You guys didn't forget that I'm right here.
No.
You got to get him talking to real booty-looking girls first. And
No,
then,
I don't think Sam would do that to me.
No. I would not do that to you. And
Okay, but you realize that if he was like, oh wow, that girl's really cute, and you're like, okay, you need to go up to her and just say this and act like this. Nick,
I've
do
said
you think
that.
you'd successfully pull that off?
Yeah, it doesn't work.
Right then and there. No, so it's not
it
going to
would-
happen
It would
tomorrow.
take me going up to that chick and being like, "Hey,"
Which
this
we've
guy-
recently decided. Sam and I have gone out a couple times recently with the intention of my talking to a girl. It doesn't have to result in kissing her and having sex, even in exchange of phone numbers.
Kissing her,
just talking.
holding
just talking.
hands.
Like
Yeah.
I am incapable of talking to a girl at this point. And I know you know it, and like
Yeah.
we're friends, and like we can relate on a certain level.
Sure.
So I know you respect me, which is
Scares the fucking
understandable.
shit out of me. Of course I do.
But you see me, and you see the way that I deteriorate when women are around.
Yeah.
So what do you think about that? Like,
Well, it's gonna take you being really pissed off at me for doing something that you didn't want me to do,
what do you? How so? What do you mean?
like forcing you to go up and talk to somebody, or
Which
Like-
you've tried to do before, though. But the last time,
well,
to be
yeah, but
fair,
I stopped because you were getting pissed off, and this time you're gonna actually have to get.
you say I was getting
off.
pissed off, but this last time when you tried to push on me, like, hey, you should go talk to her, Margaret was also there, and that
Yeah.
made it extra uncomfortable for
Right,
me.
exactly, and it's going to be uncomfortable up until the point, and
Yeah.
you're gonna be like, "Oh."
And I'm not a
fuck
person
didn't
that
we do this
handles
before?
rejection well. And so even if it doesn't
the
matter,
hell
like
is, though?
I know, but like everybody else that says, what's the worst that can happen? She can say no. Guess what? That's the worst that can happen
That's
in my
awful.
mind.
You're right, you're right.
That is awful.
Yeah, no,
that is
that is
awful.
basically the worst thing in the whole world.
Yes.
But
Whether I forget what she looks like the next day or not, it's still
Which you
humiliating
will.
in the moment.
no, I know it's terrible.
Yeah.
But you can console yourself, and if you have friends there, it's a lesser blow,
Yeah. Is it?
Yeah,
Or do
it
I
is.
then have
It
to
sounds
walk
like
back?
the most awful thing on earth.
No, because then you.
It's
come
easy
back
for
and
you
you're
to
like,
say you've been married forever.
Oh, and I didn't have to do anything.
No, but I do think Sam's the one guy that I can count on to get me laid.
I believe that I can help you.
Yes.
That sounds
And
very
Sam
pompous
is
of me,
so
and I'm
good.
not trying to be pompous, but
No. I know you're not, and that's why I love you.
Yeah.
Sam is a good wingman in the sense that I've seen him successfully.
I'm not just the president. I'm also a member.
Yeah, I've seen it work for him. But also, you've got like hip tattoos and such. Like, I think
Oh
you
my
just come up.
God.
Yeah.
I still need you to tell me what my first tattoo would be. And you told me to get a sleeve, and I'm thinking about it.
Yeah,
You
should.
told me to go all out, and
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it.
Do you know, Sam, that when
I can never work in an Olive Garden again, that's for sure, with the sleeve tattoo. But I'm willing to.
Well, wait till you don't.
No. I'm willing to do that to make sure I never work at a place like that again.
we should briefly mention that
I'm serious. Like, I don't want to work in a corporate restaurant ever again.
Okay.
So I'm willing to get a sleeve tattoo. Once I quit, once I get a job in Seattle, like, I'm going to take that many pussy precautions.
Right.
But
Right.
once that happens, and I can say I will never go back,
Okay.
then I'm doing it. So you have to draw it for me.
I will. What do you want? Some kind of like underwater thing? Do you
Wow.
want a mermaid?
Sam's gonna do your tattoo too.
Yeah, I know it's a lot to ask. Like, we say, hey, you can draw. You fucking like drawing. Just draw me one.
Well, that's
But-
okay.
No.
Make it the most intense thing ever.
Oh, dude, you don't want that.
I want it to be like God eating Jesus, but not that. But like,
This,
you know what I mean? Like a tiger eating a lion. But
Yeah, no, you'll have some.
be creative. I
And
don't
it's
know.
all going to be coming out of a rip in your skin, which will expose the machinery behind the.
I could always do the
actual
spider web up the calf, but
Exactly.
I got to work out my calves.
We should mention briefly then,
The
as long as
cowboy
we're on this tangent, that Sam created a new logo for the show,
All
which
right.
is fucking amazing. It's laying right here on the floor, and we'll scan it and get it up in the photo album. But then it will also be available. I can't say we'll be selling T-shirts, although maybe, but I'll wear that T-shirt.
Yeah.
And based on this
we
design,
can't go some cheap route about it, though. We got to go like silk screen,
Yeah.
pay some money for
no
t-shirts.
kidding, no kidding.
Pre-order.
And
Yeah.
your mention of tattoos, I saw this design, and aside from the part that actually says "Plain Brotherhood," because I don't want to be that, like, self-congratulatory, but the design itself, I could see on my right back calf, and I've never considered a tattoo before yesterday.
I've
my
always
God.
wanted a tattoo. I see it as a sleeve.
No, not a
I'm not
sleeve.
kidding.
No.
I'm thinking about mine.
Oh, you're gonna get the same tattoo though?
But like in green and purple.
Okay. If so, we really got to get that logo up there because it's that impressive. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
And
guys.
you've been working on it for a little bit. How long
Yeah.
did that take you to come up with?
well,
Because you told me the idea. Like
come
this
up-
logo.
I told you
seems-
the idea as soon as you mentioned it to me, right?
right. But this logo seems too clever for our show. Almost. That's what I'm worried about. Like people will see our logo and be drawn to our show because of that, and then hear us bitch about mom for an hour and a half.
Well, yeah, but it has that aspect in it, you know.
I guess. Yeah. I don't know what about it I love so much.
Yeah, I don't even want, and this is not being bullshitty at all. I don't even want to try to say what I take out of it because that seems embarrassing to me.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Like I don't fully get what you were going for. Almost. Is that what you're saying?
No, what I'm saying is like
I
I
do,
have
and
an
I don't.
idea. This is like when I watch a Lars von Trier movie. Like I have an idea about what I think it's all about, but like I'm embarrassed to tell my friend Andy about it because I think, what if like I'm just totally misinterpreting everything, and
That's the beauty of art,
embarrassing.
guys.
Shout out Andy M.
Anyway, do you think it's gay if we have the same tattoo?
No, that's brotherly.
No,
I was gonna
we-
get the same tattoo
we-
as my
no.
brother.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, that
It's
doesn't
gonna
make
be
me
the
feel as bad
Superman
then.
logo, but, you know.
My sleeve tattoo is far away, Nick. You get this tattoo, I bequeath it to you. I'm gonna get a Sam original.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you want some
Wow.
little C shit?
Is that a lot of pressure for you?
No,
knowing
not at all.
that whatever you design for PJ is on his body forever?
It's gonna take away any chances of working in a corporate restaurant because you have to roll up your sleeves quarter way.
That's
up
why
the
you should
arm.
get it on your calf or something like I'm
No,
gonna do.
no, it's
Oh.
a statement.
Fuck the man.
Yeah.
I don't
right,
even
PJ?
care about.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah,
If I can help you to not work in a corporate restaurant,
please don't let me ever again.
Don't make it so something so scary that his daughter sees it and is afraid of it.
no, I don't want your
Oh.
daughter to freak the fuck
Come
out.
on, PJ.
Really, how many daughters would be afraid of their parents' tattoos? It's just what they see. Like, especially at
These
such a
days-
young age.
Oh, fuck.
I know, but she's getting at the age now where She probably will be able to associate some memory soon enough, depending on when you get it.
You know what's weird is, like, if she saw, like, the most vicious... Like, if I showed her, like, Leprechaun 3, I guess that would scare her, but I don't really see why, because I don't see how things can be scary to her. She's never had a scary experience in her life, other than, like, falling down a stair or two.
Or throwing up at an Applebee's.
Yeah, right?
Or
So,
her
like...
dad showing her Leprechaun.
But if she sees, like, this little fucking leprechaun with big-ass fangs and stuff like that,
But
how will she know that's scary? Like, that's just a natural thing?
We all learn it. We all learn it. Like, think about the shit you were scared of when you were a kid.
Yeah, no, you weren't
Not
prepared
exactly
for
so.
that.
That's because Dad would, like, put knives up to my throat and be like, I'm going to fucking kill you if you don't shut up.
I do remember that.
Yeah, that's fair.
I should have done something. I should have called the police.
So, of course, I was scared of Pennywise and Jack the Ripper.
And knives.
So the whole idea has suddenly become that Sam is going to help me get laid.
And I totally fucked that up.
You did.
Weekend.
You did.
Which I felt sorry about.
But, like, my ultimate goal for this summer, is it even technically summer yet? I got a lot of time.
I don't think it's technically summer, but I mean...
Is it not?
I don't know.
The weather guy.
Again, by the
Oh,
time this
so-
comes out, maybe. But,
Maybe.
so I already have my aspirations for the summer of love. That turned
Yeah.
out okay temporarily. This time, it's my summer of getting laid. I haven't come up
Right.
with anything more clever than that.
Summer, yeah.
But I think the stipulation we came upon was that I have to get laid by two separate people in this one summer.
Yes.
But it's kind of a graduation. Like, your last one was to have a summer where you found a relationship. At least now it's just like, I'm going to get laid by two different people.
Yeah.
Which I think is far
Much more
achievable.
doable, yeah.
Much more doable.
And
It takes me enough effort to get one girl.
much more doable and much more, like, what's the word? Like, much more beneficial. Like,
I agree.
Not even like, just better.
Yeah.
Better.
Better for you as a person.
Fuck some ladies.
Yeah, okay, PJ. Married at 19, right?
Ouch.
It was fucking 20.
So then the idea becomes, because Sam lives, for those in the Seattle area, in Belltown,
Hey, guys.
and I live in Capitol Hill,
Yeah.
which is not that far away, but they're totally
Far
separate.
more
They-
fruitful.
They are separate entities, Capitol Hill and
yeah.
Belltown. Like, there's definitely a different vibe to those neighborhoods.
Well, one of them, there's a bunch of faggots.
Yeah, that's my area of town, of
And
course.
a bunch of hot chicks.
And a bunch of hot chicks who are probably faggots.
I talked about it on the show, but there was a guy in Outback or Olive Garden once who I told him that you lived in Capitol Hill. He goes, "You can pay me to live there with all those faggots."
Right. It is also
God.
known for that, but that's fine.
Yeah.
I embrace it.
Yeah.
Not in a sexual way, but
Like a father loves his son.
but the whole thing is, like, all of my better friends in the Seattle area live in Belltown, so that's
Yeah.
generally where I hang out. But I recognize all the hot girls surrounding me in Capitol Hill every time I walk outside. Like, it's ridiculous.
Which I never fucking realized. Oh, I guess I had no reason to realize it really either. But, you know, I didn't.
Their
figure that
sundresses
out
seem
until about a
sexier
week.
in Capitol Hill lately.
Yeah.
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 And so the plan is now once a week Sam comes out to Cap Hill and to my area of town, and we go hang out at bars there. Just the two of us. We're
Yeah.
going to go hang out with some ladies, right?
Yeah.
That's
We're
what's
going
going to
to
happen.
be really uncomfortable around some girls that we're not
Some
gonna
Cap
talk to.
Hill
You
bars.
say that, Sam, but you're so much better. Sam acts like, oh, I'm such a nerd. I
If
get
you
no fucking
succeeded
play.
once, like, it's awesome.
I've seen it more than once just recently.
Oh, yeah.
But the one specific time I want to talk about is so we went to go see a show, The Handsome Furs. Have you heard of them? Of course not. You don't know music.
All right. They're good.
The punny runnies.
Yes. So they were playing at a venue, and so the plan was that we were going to go meet up
And get Nick laid.
and get me laid.
Yeah.
Not
Hey,
get
on
me
Cap
laid.
Hill, it can't be too hard, right, faggot?
That's true. If I were willing to put my penis in an asshole, or vice versa.
I had a gay dream last night, but I'm interrupting too much.
And if you're going to interrupt, don't start with, I had a great gay dream last night.
Gay dream, dude. Not great dream.
Oh, guys, I had a great gay dream last night. No, so there's a bar attached to the venue where we're seeing the show, and So we're hanging out, and we're meeting up with one of your other friends, right? Who I had
Yes.
not met before
Yes.
this time, Jason.
Jason.
Uh-huh. And so
Friend of the show.
we get there, friend of the show.
Episode.
I'm not the.
Let's assume he'll be a guest in the future.
Sure. He'd be a good one. Anyways,
Tell
go
him
ahead.
about it. So we get to the bar, and then the weirdest thing, like, we hadn't really scoped out any girls or anything.
We were like talking movies.
To ourselves at the
Yeah.
bar. Like,
Yeah.
sitting at the bar.
Yeah.
And then within 10 or 15 minutes, this chick comes up to me. She's sitting away, like in a booth with some other people. She comes up to me, and she's real hot,
Super.
real skinny,
Yeah.
real Asian,
Really.
which is my style for those
know
that
you
know.
like that.
Yeah. And she comes up to me, and then as she's coming up, I realize that I know her somehow. I don't know how I know somebody that's hot, but I do. And she's like, "Oh my God, Nick, it's so good to see you!" And like she hugs me, and then I realize that it's storytelling from episode 27,
Yeah.
famous episode, probably one of our most famous episodes.
Pretend lesbian.
Yes, my ex-girlfriend, pretend lesbian, storytelling. We won't use her real name anymore.
Her brother currently does not want to kick her ass. They
Okay.
all decided it was all right.
Right. And if you don't know why they want to kick PJ's ass, or did initially, listen to episode 27, storytelling.
Congrats.
But storytelling, when we were dating and she was living in Portland, she came in contact with this other hot Asian chick that all of a sudden was hanging out sometimes, and she recognized me for that. And so, did I already say her name?
No.
Okay, good. I thought I fucked it up somehow.
No.
So she comes up and she recognizes me and she asks if I want to go smoke a cigarette. And I'm like, yes, you're hot, you're Asian, you're my fetish.
At
Please.
this
How would
point-
you not want to go
At
smoke
this
a
point, though,
cigarette?
you realize that you knew where you knew her from.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Okay.
There's an automatic association with my ex-girlfriend.
Okay.
Who is very bitter towards me as a
And
man.
much less hot.
Yes, much. So she comes up to me out.
And let's be fair, much less skinny.
You're right. I did describe this other girl skinny, which storytelling is not.
Okay. She was skinny.
Very skinny.
Yeah.
Coke skinny, I would say.
Oh, yikes.
Not
But we'll get to
surprising.
that.
Kind of sexy.
Kind of fucking crazy.
Crazy in a sexy way, though. Sam.
Crazy sexy.
But so I go outside and I smoke with this chick, and she starts going into all this crazy shit about, like, obviously I knew her through storytelling, but she goes on and on to say about, oh, I haven't seen you in so many years, and I don't know if she has warrants out for arrest. Apparently she's in a lot of trouble, and it's because an ex-boyfriend of hers who really burned her left a brick of coke in her apartment, and then the police found it.
Yeah, so she does have a warrant out for her.
Yes. And she tells me this almost immediately. But the funniest part was she says, and you know me. If I knew there was a brick of coke in my apartment, it would have been fucking gone before the police ever got there. So that's why she's so skinny, as an explanation.
Yeah.
Because she found that brick.
But she's super hot, also.
Yeah.
So she comes back into the bar, and
So you think you're going to fuck her at this point?
no, but
This is the perfect scenario. Sam brought you out to meet ladies.
and my
a lady
ex-girlfriend's
from
friend,
your past shows up. She's coked out of her
a
mind.
girl that I've jerked off to a few times.
Okay,
before.
the perfect scenario.
She
This
wasn't
is,
coked out, though.
You practically morphed into Patrick Dempsey in the 80s.
Oh, my God.
So we come back into the bar, and then she goes and sits back down with her friend. And Sam, at this point, had gotten up to go to the bathroom. And so it was just me and Sam's friend Jason, who I just met that night.
Yeah.
And so we're standing at the bar, and then I'll give her code name now.
Okay.
The Asian chick. Her
Okay.
name is Cobwebs, and well, now I've spoiled it.
Spoiler alert.
Cobwebs
Spoiler
comes.
alert.
Cut out when I said spoiler alert.
So she comes up to the bar, and she's like, hey, what's the deal with your friends? She says friends plural, and the only two people I'm with are you and her. So Jason was there. You were still in the bathroom.
Yeah.
So she was
I
kind of
really
feeling out
like
Jason in front of Jason to me.
Oh, okay.
And she's like, so what's the deal with your friend? She's like, oh, I really need to get laid.
Oh my god.
Telling me this, like, as her gay friend apparently I am.
Boner alert. Cut that out too.
So she's like, I really need to get laid. God, Nick, it's been so long, and she's putting her arm on my shoulder
Oh
at
my
this point.
God.
And I've jerked off to this girl, and she's telling me about how can I help her get laid.
Sam, how big of an opening was this for him?
Well, he wasn't there in the
was
moment, to
not
be
there.
fair.
Yeah.
But she's obviously asking, like, oh, I could never fuck you. I know your friend, or I know your ex-girlfriend, you know?
That's what she says.
She didn't say that. I just took that. But why would she ask me, like, what? Unless she was just, like, that grossly hitting on me. But what she said was, I haven't been laid in so long, I have cobwebs growing down there, is what she said. And she's like, so can you hook me up? Like, she's asking for a hookup.
Oh my God!
Yeah. So then
You
Sam...
pull a on her and undo your pants.
So Sam, who is there with the primary reason of getting me laid, comes back from the
I
bathroom.
felt so bad.
But I can't deny you of this Asian sweet pussy, dude.
She's talking specifically about Sam when she said this.
I assume so, because she's having this conversation about
So
my
basically
friend in
she-
front of Jason, unless she was saying it in front of him. But he
Sam,
took it as,
you're in the bathroom and a girl is saying, "Do whatever you can to make sure I fuck this guy tonight."
and that
Apparently
happens to Sam.
so.
That's why Sam is a good friend to have, but also a frustrating friend to have.
I felt really bad about that, dude.
No, you shouldn't feel bad about it. He gave me an apology text the next day.
Oh yeah.
But he shouldn't have. You shouldn't have. Like, it's fine. Like, I
mean,
understand.
I
You
would-
know, I'm going to say,
I would take
I'm gonna
that
say,
out.
not that he should have, but it was great that he did. Like, it's not necessary, obviously.
What, for the apology text?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but what a good
No, I
friend.
agree. That was really nice of
But
you.
obviously,
yeah.
at the same time, you were going to do it. Because you're not that good of friends.
Well, look, somebody needs to get laid.
You've known him a couple
And if
months.
it's not going to be me. No, but that's what basically... and how did that go? I mean...
That was awesome. How did it go?
The sex itself was awesome, I
you get a
imagine.
hotel
I've
room?
always imagined sex with her is awesome, but...
Did you guys
Hotel-
go to
no.
the Hampton?
I have a. You're sitting in my apartment right now. Yeah, no, it was great.
Is it weird, and I know you didn't know this until tonight, or
Yeah.
possibly before, but when you slept with her, you could have known that I jerked off to her. Would that have stalled your performance at all?
Probably not.
Would it
If
have
anything
ever
would have
crept into
stalled
your
my
mind?
performance, the alcohol would have. And did for a little while.
How do you think you did?
Oh, on a scale of one. She was one of those chicks that you touch her and she comes immediately, so it's like hard to tell, you know. I don't know.
God, that's what I always imagined. This fucking...
Sorry.
It's like a storybook.
Nick, let me tell you something else that's gonna make yeah, it went well.
You just have something within you that I don't have. Like, even after your breakup and,
Oh,
like, you know...
Which
you were
breakup was that, Nick? Oh, no, wait, PJ. Let me ask you that.
But you were... like, we were hanging out at the time that it happened, so you were depressed, like, when it happened.
Yeah.
And then, like, you seemed so somber and just like, oh, I'm not in the mood for anything. And yet we were at Shorty's,
Yeah.
and this is not Cobwebs. This is a girl
No.
before that.
Oh, yeah.
Uh,
oh, shit.
He just sets his sights out, man. Like, he can do that. Like, and
Well,
If you
and
can
you
do
knew
it
that
once,
probably
you're
wouldn't
a
lead
master.
anything, right?
yeah, no, totally.
But he bought her a drink. He goes up. He slinks his way up and
If
talks
I
to her.
asked a girl to buy her a drink, she would say no, thank you, and I would commit suicide.
Exactly, which is why I don't
That
do
is
it.
what would
yeah,
happen.
you would have saved yourself a few dollars. Because, goddamn it, this is costing me a fortune. I mean, come on, what's the point of being, like, pessimistic when, I don't know. It seems to me
you
like
don't have the
the
same
quickest way to forget
C'est la vie, buddy.
is to
Yeah.
hop on to somebody else.
you don't have the same fear of rejection that I have.
No, I think I do. I just think I...
No, because if you
less.
did, you wouldn't have been late since Thanksgiving.
Met some time ago when we were so young.
We've been through thick and thin. We lost, we tried, we won. We'll be friends forever. With you everywhere.
probably good. Yeah.
How's that pussy gravy?